Welcome in, everyone, to another session with the Second Chances, guest starring Balthazar the Amazing tonight. We're going to start, of course, with our thank yous, which go out to Critical Role for creating the wonderful world of Exandria that we play in, as well as to Reliquary Records, Dungeon Glitch, Critical Role, Hunter Rogertson, and Borislav Slavov. All the music that you hear tonight will come from one of those many wonderful artists, so check them out on Spotify and whatever else the streaming platforms are that you use. Last time, with the Second Chances, they had embarked from Port Zoon to the small, sleepy little village of Deidrin to look into rumors of someone that the citizens were calling the Hollow Man that sent all of the children away and was somehow commanding the adults of the village. They were able to find the Hollow Man, who turned out to be the Plague of Eyes, save the village, and close the biggest portal that they have seen yet. They returned triumphant to Port Zoon just in time to attend the Masked Gala in place of the Calatans, whose daughter they saved back in Nicodranus. There was also a lot of other really big reveals as they went to a bathhouse. Corey, donning their changeling form, had a birthmark just above her heart that Hermia recognized as a symbol of the inner circle of the summer court, the Sealy court. And then later that night, when they all went to sleep, they were visited by the Oracle, who they realized, hey, you're basically omniscient. You can answer a bunch of questions. And one of those questions Corey asked was who her parents were, and it was revealed that Titania and Oberon, the Fairy King and Fairy Queen of the Feywild, of the arch phase of the Feywild, were their parents. A bunch of other stuff Roz found out where a bunch of her family members in this world are located, and eventually everyone got their full night's rest, and you all awake now the next morning. What would you like to do?
Yeah, morning meeting.
Yep, Roz called a morning meeting for the Second Chances.
No.
I am out of... Because we're back in the ship, right? We got our own rooms?
Well, some of us went to stay in the inn that night.
That's
or
right.
Maybe that was the night before, yeah.
Yeah, because
Yes,
Rowdy
because-
gave away our rooms.
Yeah, I did not give away your rooms. There were still kids from Deidrin who were sleeping in the beds. So by the time everyone wakes up, comes back to the ship for the morning meeting, the kids have departed. Samson did leave a note behind, thanking you for all that you had done for them, Roz. There was even 50 gold left over that they hadn't spent, that they left with you, saying that you had already done more than enough. So re-add that in to your inventory. So yeah, you all meet. Breakfast is there if you want it. It's a bit cold at this point, though, as it was already made for like the kids and whatnot. There's also an extra just random black pot that seems to be sitting in the middle of the table. That when anybody gets close to it, 2 arms and 2 legs pop out, and you see 2 glowing eyes in like the hole of the pot, and it's Princess.
Princess!
And she starts eating the leftovers.
Fair enough.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Back to sea legs it is.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll try and get through this quick. I had 3 things that I wanted to go over with everyone before we go pick up our dresses and get ready for the gala tonight. First, and probably most pressing, I got a letter last night.
From?
Princess holds her hand out.
She glances down at Princess. I'll give you the letter to you after I read it to them, yes?
Okay, she waits.
She explains, I got a letter from the Plague of Eyes.
He wrote a letter?
Yes.
That's probably
That's
the most surprising
stupid.
thing. Anyway.
It would seem that the Oracle is correct. They are not dead, and they thank us for a spirited contest in Deidrin. But I don't think it really affects anything we're doing. Just be aware that he's still out there. And then she hands the letter to Princess.
And Princess puts it in her face.
Excellent.
Further threatening.
Yes.
Nothing new, I suppose.
All right. Second on the docket. I think I want us all to start thinking about where we want to go next. I mean, we're probably going to take the boat from Port Zoon to Port Damali. And from there, my thinking is we can check on the Aormatons there, go to Leaf's home, go to the Pallid Grove, check out Maeve's home, and then Vasselheim probably after that would be my guess. But if a portal pops up or if we need to go clear our name in Rexentrum, I'm open to that too. But everyone just kind of be thinking about where you want to go after this, because once we get to Port Damali, we're probably going to have to make some decisions.
I vote Vasselheim.
I would agree. I think it's something we got to check out pretty quick.
We might want to also use this as an actual shipping boat, so shouldn't we be taking on some load to take to the next destination?
You'd have to ask the manager about that.
Yeah, Captain Bright Eyes is there, and she goes, well, I guess if you want to go someplace and be there fast, you probably don't want to take the boat. She's not really big enough to go across. I mean, we could. It would just be very dangerous going across the ocean proper. But
we could do it. We could do a shipping run from Zoon to Damali, right?
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely. And while you're gone off doing your adventuring thing, if you're not using the boat, then by all means, we'll just keep operating as we were and making you money. And if you come back, we'll give you some of it and all of that. So we'll keep doing what we do as if you weren't here if you're not here.
Well, so we can check in if the airships are perhaps
an option
for us in Port Damali.
Yeah. Maeve, I know you have a complicated relationship with home, but with what we saw in Dedran and how change can affect portals, there's been a lot of change in your home, and I think we would do well to check it out. If nothing else, you got to check in with your folks and see if everything's okay.
She just kind of shifts uncomfortably, but nods. Yes, the change I brought, so to speak. I suppose I will need to literally take responsibility for it, especially if it causes a portal to open.
Yeah. Well, if it does, we'll close it, but we got to know what we're walking into. If everything is hunky-dory there, then we can maybe look at doing Vasselheim first, and we'll do Pallid Grove on the way back. But, yeah. And the last thing, and I know this isn't going to be popular with everyone, but I think I was going to bring this up even before the Oracle said it last night, but I think it's more true now. We've been doing this for going on 3 months, and we've been really good at playing things under the radar, at keeping a low profile, and that has served us really well. It helped us get out of the Empire when we needed to. It's helped us basically go wherever we need to go without too much expectation upon us. But I don't think that's going to serve us well anymore. I think what we need now are allies, eyes and ears the world round. If this is truly going to start expanding beyond just our reach, we need to know about it, and we need ways to travel. And to that end, I put forth that it's time for the world to know who we are. I think it's time for us to go to this party tonight and make some allies, make some friends, and with some people, the ones where it makes sense, to let them know what we're doing. We now have an entire village full of eyewitnesses that will confirm that the Hollow Man showed up, started doing all this shit, and then a long time later, we showed up and killed him. They're not going to think that we're the perpetrators anymore. I think this is our chance to let the world know who we are.
Corey sheepishly raises their hand, and they're actually in their changeling form this morning. Actually, I kind of had this idea, potentially. We have how long until the gala from this morning? It's at night.
You basically have the day. It starts at night. Yep.
Okay. And I look at Zana and say, so, I was thinking that maybe me and Zana could go start drumming up some excitement about us and kind of talking about oh, did you hear about the heroes that were in Deidrin? And, start, not as ourselves, obviously, but like kind of, stir something up before the big event. And then it'll be maybe a little bit top of mind.
That's a
And
really
then
good idea, Corey.
I look at Zana like, and you can say no. I just thought,
No, it's fine. I can teach you how to do it properly.
okay.
Trying to
And,
rustle my paper. Like, why don't you guys go to a tabloid?
Corey turns back into the font and is like, Zana, I'm trying to be productive, okay? I don't need this energy right now. We have a big night tonight and we have to be on each other's team,
She
okay?
walks up and puts her hand over your mouth. It is a
Yep.
good idea, but going around and just shouting things from people to people.
I'm not just gonna start shouting things. I was gonna, do all espionage and shit and be like, oh, curl my mustache and be like, did you hear about those heroes in that other time? I don't know, okay?
Yeah,
I
the
like
same,
God.
the same way that you did it in Zadash, which was decent, but there are better ways to do it.
Yeah.
Isn't negative
Okay.
energy.
You're gonna give me
I'm
feedback
telling
now.
You that
Yeah.
you wanna
Weeks
do it-
later.
Do you want to do it by yourself?
No, I don't want to do it by myself because I actually
Fine.
like spending time with you,
Go
Zana.
and get your
You know,
stuff
sometimes I
and
don't
let's
feel like you feel
go.
like that with me.
Hey.
Fair enough.
The
Anyways.
mustache. I think the mustache is like the integral part of this plan.
Go and grab your
Well-
stuff, Your Highness. I'll be waiting upstairs.
Okay, don't
Well,
call
I'm-
me that.
Well, before
I'm glad
Um,
we all agree that this is the right way to go about it.
I don't know, but I mean,
Fair
I
enough.
I guess my only concern is how much to reveal. I have seen what happens when people hear of even the thought of the Oracle, and it's not.
I'm not
Pleasant.
suggesting we talk about the Oracle, but these portals and this threat against the world, that is our in.
This will
And I-
also. You're right. It's important to find allies and make them aware of the dangers here, but there are also those who will look at this as a way to try and further themselves. They might not believe it, or even if they do believe it, it may serve their agendas to label what we're saying as heresy or a public menace. That just
Agreed.
just say
talking
we're
about
heroes at first.
Well,
it, just keep
so-
in mind.
Mhm.
I also. I'm sorry, Zana. Continue.
No, you're fine. I made my point.
Okay. I also had another idea, kind of to build on top of it. This though is a little bit it's gonna take some things. If we can talk to the right people. So I've only like kind of like snuck into like fancy places like this, and like Zana's very much right. It's not necessarily about like, oh, for the good of the world or for the good of this. It's like, what's the good for me? So I was hoping to maybe talk to and get us like either some sort of like speech slot or performance slot, because what I could do potentially, and I could, because we could just hide it in the guise of like, oh, this is just like, I'm a performer and like we're just doing a thing, but maybe we could use that potentially, like that spotlight to kind of like, make the announcement there, because if nobles and fancy people like anything, they like the glamour and the show of it all. You know what I mean? And
I think that that's not a terrible idea for talking about ourselves, but as for the threat of the world, I'm not interested in us panicking people. I think use your judgment with
No.
who to tell.
No, yeah, but yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I think you could be like it would be like a little bit of an uplifting thing, or a kind of like, I don't want it to seem like a call to arms necessarily, but more like, hey, we're heroes, and kind of almost phrase it as like, and we need
Yeah.
like sponsorship or
vague.
patronage. you
Grave
know?
threats stand against this world, and we are here
I
to
don't
stand
know
against
if we
them.
wanna like basically just say we need money in front of a bunch of rich people.
Not, it doesn't need to be, I'm not like, not to phrase it in the form of money, but like to say like, yeah, we need allies, and like we could phrase it as like, and oh, blah blah blah, Exandria is moving forward, and if you want to be part of the next wave, like we're kind of like part of it, because they're not gonna they're not gonna care about the world like
I
that at
think
large.
just putting the word out before the party that heroes in our group is gonna be there will generate enough intrigue to at least get conversations going.
A new up-and-coming group of heroes is something that will get everyone's attention, and nobles always have dirty work that they want doing from adventurers. I think Rosalind's right. Keep the world-saving portal opening thing on the down low. As far as anyone else asks, we just closed a Fey portal in Deidrin, and it's our expertise. It's what we're looking for. Portals open, we close them.
We fight
Agreed.
big shit. We put pokey stuff in big shit. Big shit dies.
Don't
That's
let
what
Leo
we
talk
do.
to anyone.
All right. If everyone can try and secure one ally tonight, we'll have 7 more than we had when we started.
Oh yeah. So who? Okay. I put the list somewhere. I'm like looking
It's
through
in
my
it's
thing.
in Notion. It's under the
Here, I
The
will
I
quest
think
also,
I put it in
Slider.
the chat.
I will also let all of you know here. I've actually created a handout. All of what I consider the important guests will be.
How does
introduced
Zana know who the
to-
important guests are?
This is
Well,
the
no,
DM.
the
You
Oracle
wanna
gave
leave
us
this
this
Oh.
Told us
information?
last
All
night.
right. DM is talking right now because I'm showing you in-game
Oh.
things. So this thing here has all just names on them, but as you find out people who are there or hear that people will be there, I will update it. So for
Okay.
example,
Can we?
the 11th place, Coin Mistress Vexalia de Rolo, Master of Commerce of the Teldore Council. So as you meet more people there, this list will continue to populate.
Got it.
4 of them are me.
Can we add the people that we confirmed from
Yes.
the
Who
okay.
else was confirmed?
I got it. Ambassador of
They-
the Golden Chain Mercenary.
Okay, so give me 1 second here. I know that
Damien Frostfire.
Damien was on there.
And
The
then
super
just many
coolest.
Marquis from the Menagerie Coast. I don't know if there's a particular one though.
Right. So yeah, some people, even though you heard oh, the Marquis will be there, until you learn who the Marquis
Who is, yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Damien Frostfire was the other named one, and then Ambassador of the Golden Chain Mercenary.
All right. So there are 3 up there
Maximilian
so
Ravendark.
far that you know. about.
Maximilian. Maximilian Ravendark. That is a name.
All right.
That is cool as Damien
Is the
Frostfire.
coin mistress old?
You have to wait and see.
Aw. You'll have to see. I'm trying to think years wise. I mean, she's
Got Leo, please try and come on to Vex. Please.
she's married.
All right.
They have an open relationship and you know it.
Oh
don't
shit!
think
I
so.
just saw
Well-
the Vex and didn't read the rest of it. I didn't know it was that Vex.
Leo getting there and be like, oh, you're that Vex. How many do you know?
All right, everyone. That's all I got for you. Off we go.
So, quick question now. Because I'm still try, because I think it would be very fun for me, but also I think it'd be good help. If I manage to get a spot, am I gonna get a scolding if I do a thing?
No.
Well-
If you believe in it and
Am
you're
I gonna
willing to
get a
own what
scolding?
happens out of it,
Scolding.
Yeah, I look at Zana.
Don't mention my name.
We will look into it. This isn't a talent
Yep.
show where they just let people perform. but we will
Okay, fancy
figure out-
people love talent shows. Are you kidding me?
They
Oh,
like
boy.
making fun of people.
She
in
No,
crosses-
talent
I'm.
shows.
She
I know
crosses
you
her
guys think
arms.
I'm joking, but like they seriously do, and
But
that's why I'm
this-
saying like we need to play upon those those like moral flaws of them, and not like cater to their higher being because they don't have it.
But this
No offense, but yeah.
isn't a talent show. We will find a way to get you in front of them. All right?
Okay.
This one
Uh,
believes in your abilities, Corey.
You know
Let's
what?
go.
Thank you, Lee.
Zana walks up to the front to the deck and off. You following, Corey?
Yeah, I turn into whatever form Zana is.
You
And I
just
just, like,
copy
look
her.
at- I just copy her and I look at the rest of the second chances like making funny faces.
Let's
Do you
not start that tonight.
do you stay in that form when you head up to meet her?
No.
Okay.
It's just a quick thing.
Appreciate it.
Those of you with
you.
a high passive perception hear a loud thwack and Corey go, ow! No, okay, yeah. So you and Zana head off into town. Did anyone else have anything that they would like to do prior to going to pick up your formal wear, or are you just waiting for Corey and Zana to come back?
Oh, I should probably use the sounding.
What?
I got people to talk to when I want to talk. Well,
Oh.
I have friends.
I do have friends.
2 of them.
Do I want to do that now? I don't want to. I don't
All
want
right,
to get
well-
like bad news about my sister. So go ahead. Go ahead.
Think about it. Everyone else think about what you might want to do, and we'll go with Corey and Zana to start with.
Okay.
All right.
sounds good.
So the first thing that Zana suggests to you is to work harder, not smarter. And the two of you track down some.
It's like the opposite, Zana. What are you saying?
Some essentially some town criers in Port Zoon, because people know that the news that they're spouting is official, so they're going to believe anything that they say. And most of them are not well paid and they are overworked. So if we grease up their palms, they're going to do our job for us. So
Why
Corey,
can't we just like?
I would like
Sorry,
you
go
to
ahead.
decide what headline you want to give the town criers to spread throughout the day.
Okay. Deidre saved. Heroic group. I guess we don't really. New up and coming heroes of Wildemount saved townspeople from an alien scourge.
We probably want
A headline, not a novel.
no.
We probably want to put our name in there. So the second chances.
Okay, well
Incoming.
maybe I'm just saying like the mystery would like they would want to come talk to the crowd. Okay,
You need
fine.
to
fine,
at
fine,
least
fine.
know the name.
Okay. Yes, the second chances save townspeople. Sounds so boring.
Here,
So
I
make
put
it
one
a
in the
bit
chat.
More flashy. Deidre saved
there.
by heroes known as the Second Chances. Close portal to the Feywild.
See, that's even too much because people are like, a portal.
In a city that is known and was created because the Fey portal opened. It's believable.
Okay, whatever.
You want to go with yours?
No, fine, Zana, we'll just do that. That's okay.
What is your problem today? I'm trying to help, which is what you asked for. Do you want me to coddle
I'm
you and
sorry.
tell me that all of your
No.
ideas are amazing, or do you want me to help you get better?
No, I want to get better, but it would also do you. It would be really nice if you could just try to be a little nicer, okay? Sometimes. But
When
you're
you've
right.
seen
Okay,
me mad, then you can ask me to be nicer.
you're always mad. What do you mean if I've seen you
Oh.
mad?
No, Corey, I'm not. Corey, go ahead and make a... I will let you decide the skill, but you can do it with advantage. But what skill would you like to use to influence the town criers to spread your message?
Can you use
I'm just
money?
gonna.
The skill of
this-
money.
This will also
Wealth check?
cost money as well.
Oh God, how much do I have?
How
Hold
much
on.
do
You can draw from the party loot for this.
Yep. I'm basically for every... You can go ahead and make your roll first, but then for every 50 gold beyond that you spend will increase the result. Or lower
Okay.
lower the DC.
Okay, I'll go with a straight persuasion. With advantage. So I'll take that 28. I'll spend. Do I even need to? No, I'm kidding. I'll just spend 50.
50? Sure.
Are
And
you
can-
spending
Oh.
50 or do I need it from the
I
back?
see.
I
you
no, I'm
can-
spending.
Okay, you can take it out of the party fund if you want to.
Boop. Okay.
Boop.
Yep. 28 then.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. From there, you and Zana go around to some of the higher end establishments, because obviously you want to make sure that that it's like the nobility that are hearing about you and is getting curious. I guess you'll have to let me know how easily you go along with this. But Zana essentially comes up with the plan that, like, she's a parent, You're a child. You just came from Deidrin and were just reunited after being separated, and basically kind of giving like first-hand accounts of what happened there.
I think Corey would just like laugh and poke fun for a good 5 minutes first. But yeah, Corey would go along with it, and I think yeah, just helping spread word about it, and then if Zana's open to the idea, I think Corey would start to also like suggest like if we still have time, maybe take on different personas to then say, hey, I think they're attending the gala that's coming tonight. To kind of just add to the excitement.
So while you're teasing, Zana is just deadpan looks staring straight ahead like, are you finished yet?
Yes, mother.
And
Oh my
go
God.
ahead and make either a deception or a performance check for me at advantage.
Corey, Roz has never hit a child before, but you would be testing her today.
Oh, not super great. Is I can't spend money on this, right?
Nope.
All right, this is just 22. Even at
That's still
advantage.
pretty good.
That's still
so yeah,
good.
you and Zana are out for probably like 3 or 4 hours doing all this stuff before you eventually make your way back to the ship. During that time, did anybody else want to do anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'd like to cry.
Okay, Hermia's
Oh.
crying the entire time.
Oh, I'm sorry, Roz.
I said Roz
Hermia?
was gonna go talk to Hermia, but hearing her cry, Roz
No,
like,
I'm just kidding. I was just the default. You can talk to me.
That's the default.
Here, I'm just gonna do the sending message, so I'm gonna send it Addie.
Yep.
all right.
To Addie?
Roz will go find Hermia.
Okay.
I'm talking to Princess. They're not talking back.
Yep.
They're just
Same.
Staring at
Maeve,
me.
go ahead with your sending spell.
Okay. I had written it down a month ago, 2 months ago almost, and we just never had a chance to do it yet. So, here we go. Hope you and the others are well. We are traveling along the Menagerie Coast, maybe towards home. Are you still in Baisei Tile? Stay safe. She said she was gonna check in on them.
Oh, yeah. And you get a message back that indeed they are still up in Baisei Tile. And basically kind of talks, briefly about how wonderful it is here, minus the presence of the Empire. But it's just the right blend of like something different and like feeling, more free than it was, under the elders back home, while still having a sense of like, their culture.
I fell off the fucking map, dude.
Happy
Again,
Monday. If this generates
sub-alert, even though
inspo, give it to Hermia.
There's no alerts on whatsoever. But cool. Thank you, Frost. Appreciate it. I have no idea why it's so loud. It honestly shouldn't even be playing, but here we go. Hermia, you got another inspiration.
Yeah.
Right, there's not like a mixer I can mute. Yeah, no, I have no idea. Where was I? What was I saying? Yeah, so yeah, it's familiar, but it's also different. So they're doing well.
Okay. Good. Yeah, she's gonna wait to talk to her sister after all this.
All right, so yeah, Rosalind, you head into Hermia's room and see that she is holding a plushie that you've never seen before. And as you come in, she kind of lets go of it. The plushie jumps up and pops arms and legs out, and it's Princess.
You two seem to be getting along pretty well.
I mean, she's so cute. How could you not?
That's fair. That's reasonable. Hey, I just wanted to tell you that I know this is probably a little nerve-wracking for you, given that you've been trying to keep yourself a secret, and now we're gonna be a little more public. And I know I've said this, but I just wanted to put it out there again. I'm not gonna let anyone come and take you back against your will. Like, I'm gonna have my sword there with me tonight, and if someone tries, they will do so over my dead body.
So,
Yeah.
Hermia, you would know, having been to a lot of these events, that normally they don't let you take weapons in, unless you carry some sort of high military station.
You're gonna have to sneak some weapons in, like, a dagger to the thigh. Fulmir, Hermia's gonna like motion to her neck where she's wearing a necklace with like a black sword charm. is coming with me, but he's incognito as well.
Roz waves a hand over her, over Radiant's sister, which kind of vanishes into the ether.
Fucking
nice.
I know.
Hexblades.
Yeah, believe me, I got you.
I'm banning Hexblades in my next campaign.
Why? They're so cool.
They are so cool.
And broken.
Yeah, that too. But she nods. But yeah, someone's taking you back against your will, like, over my dead body. So
Honestly, if I'm being completely honest with myself, I kind of like dug myself into a hole as soon as like I mentioned where I was from in that first city we were in. And I mean, they're gonna know that I'm out here doing shit. They know I left. Eventually they're gonna connect the dots that I made it, here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just fooling myself. Like, there's no amount of like saying that, oh, I'm not Hermia, I'm someone else. Like, no, they're gonna know. I guess just the more we are public about where we're going, the likelihood that we could cross paths with someone who's direct and saying like, yo, you need to go back home.
well, there's no need for anyone to know where it is we're going. I don't think we have to tell anyone that. And I know you've been, like you say, in your words, fooling yourself, but I think you should be proud of who you are. I would be.
God, I just can't believe that dickhead's gonna be at the freaking gala.
You want me to break his nose?
I mean, that might get you thrown out, so maybe not. Like,
All right,
just,
well,
like,
I'll let you
could,
be the shot caller on
shake
that.
his hand, but like subtly like break all his fingers, maybe.
I'll let you be the shot caller on that then. I will be nice otherwise.
Do you think Princess wants to go?
Princess, you want to go to the gala?
She kind of looks and kind of thinks for a minute. Looks around and then transforms herself into like a purse, like a little clutch with like pearl like strap.
I'm going to take that as a yes.
And then it kind of pops up and the pearl strap turns into legs and the arms and the clutch opens up and like inside you see the darkness with the two yellow eyes.
Perfect.
That'll work. Cool.
All right. Then I look forward to tonight.
Yeah, me too. It'll be fun.
She nods.
All right.
Leaf would like to do something.
All right.
What is Leaf doing?
Well, what does Leaf want to do?
After Roz's meeting has adjourned, Leaf will go and walk over to the bow of the ship.
Okay.
The front.
Yep.
And is going to spend 10 minutes casting Scrying, targeting the apparently living Dr. Fronelius.
Oh, that makes sense.
Interesting. Okay.
It would be a
DC?
I have a 7.
DC's higher
Do I
than
have
that,
a
isn't it?
How do I? I have an 18 save.
Okay.
But
You are intimately
I am
familiar with them.
So they get a -5. And do I have a possession or garment of her?
Aren't you kind of
consider
a
myself?
possession?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say no to that. You are not a possession. You are a person, and when you were sent away, you weren't really able to grab anything. All right. So basically, the DC here is 23.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is a Wisdom save.
Yes.
Okay. It is a 17 plus 8.
Ooh. Ooh. She got a high wisdom save. I mean, she is a druid
25.
probably, so.
She's a very smart lady. So you close your eyes, you activate the scrying spell, and you feel your consciousness begin to lift up out of your body, up into the clouds. You see Port Zoon slowly shrinking away as your consciousness then begins to speed impossibly fast towards the base of the Sirios Mountains in the Dorel Woods. And right as it is about to enter into you see the familiar cavern, the cave entrance of where your home with your siblings and Dr. Cornelius was. And right as it is about to enter in, there's suddenly this like whiplash, like you bounced off of something, and you open your eyes suddenly, and you're back on the bow of the boat.
Leaf is annoyed, but undeterred, and is going to cast Scrying again. Not targeting Dr. Fernelius, but instead targeting the location of Leaf's home. This Leaf will target. Well, now here's a question: How does Leaf's home appear? Like, I'm not appear, but like, what is like the room?
See, I
setup?
had asked last night when Aurora was using scrying. I'm like, can't you do a location? And she said no. But down at the bottom it says instead of targeting a creature, you can choose a location you have seen before. So yes.
Oh.
Okay.
There's not even a
Fair
save
enough.
for that.
Yeah. It isn't.
There's no save for that.
Indeed.
It's a place. How is a place
All
gonna
right.
do a save?
So where?
But I don't get to follow anyone, or I just like get to choose a
Yep.
spot.
Yeah.
So where within your home would you like to scry?
What rooms are in my home?
There's like a sort of gathering common area, a sort of kitchen area. There's Dr. Fernelius's lab. There is her personal chambers as well. Those are sort of all the important places.
Okay. In that case, this is what time is it roughly right now? Like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock?
It's probably like, 10, 11, maybe almost noon, somewhere within there.
All right, then I will target Dr. Fernelius's laboratory.
Okay. From what you remember of the laboratory, it was one of the larger areas within your home. It had a lot of like makeshift tables. Rock and Gear helped to like carve out shelves into the walls and stuff like that. And it was littered with all sorts of stuff. Everything from the vaguely arcane to different contraptions and stuff that she had been working on. As you focus and you feel yourself rise up and rush towards the lab, not being able to make out a lot of details on the way there, but then suddenly you stop within that chamber. And the size and the shape of it is familiar to you. But that's the only thing that is. If it wasn't for that, you would not recognize the place, as you see hanging from chains all around this area of the cavern are aormatons. All of them inactive and inoperable. Some of them the upper torso, some of them missing legs and arms, several heads sitting on some of the tables. You also notice automatons, both active and unactivated, that look identical to the ones that you had encountered on the Burnt Coast pirate ship. This place was a place of creation and life. It was where you and all of your siblings were born. And now, in this moment, as you are looking around this area, it looks like a butcher shop.
Okay. I was about to ask, do they look like in distress, or like as if they're objects or not very well kept?
No,
or is it just
they have been taken apart, scrounged for pieces. It's like a chop shop for aormatons.
It's a bad thing? Okay.
Yeah.
I get a bad
you
feeling about
get
this.
a very bad feeling about this.
Great. Is there any movement within? Any like people walking around or aormatons walking around?
During the 10-minute duration, as you look around, you don't see anything moving or any signs of life. But there are flickering torches and sconces, so something has to be here to light those.
Yep, and it doesn't look like it's been deserted. It looks like it's actively being used. Okay.
Probably should have.
All right, Leaf is going
some more
to
somber music during that, but
Leaf is going to produce a heavy sigh as best as it can, and then it's going to go to the holder of the sending stones and request a sending stone. That's Maeve, by the way.
Say Maeve used hers. Leo has one, and don't you have a third one?
Yeah, well, so
think
yeah,
Corey.
we have 3.
Yeah.
Corey, I think, has it.
All right, so
And actually, I don't know if it's between Roz and Leo.
we'll say that at about this time, Zana and Corey are coming back. So you see them walking up the plank, and Corey is probably teasing or saying something that you can't quite make out. Oh shit, that's a natural 20. Corey, can you make a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage, please?
Oh my
What
god.
the hell? What did I do?
You apparently teased Zana too much, and she's about to throw you
I didn't
overboard.
even do anything.
He just
Okay.
assumed you would. That's
Oh
all.
god, it's a 6.
You've been teasing her the entire time that you've been out. So
I
as
said
they're
for 5 minutes.
as they're walking up the gangplank, you suddenly see Zana just push Corey, and as Corey goes off the edge, she just yells, "I didn't even do anything!" Ploosh.
At the bottom, just like, that's child abuse.
Corey, are you okay?
No, my mom's beating me up, guys. My mom's beating me up.
Mom?
Zana rolls her eyes and goes below deck.
Okay. I will help
You're
Corey
easy
up.
enough able to pull a soaking wet Corey up out of the water and onto the boat.
Were you all successful?
I think so. Yeah, I mean, it seemed like people were interested. I mean, you know,
What was
I did learn a lot.
What did
glad.
you use to? What was your phrase that you produced around town?
The phrase?
Like,
Well, kind of, we went to the town criers and we were like, extra, look at this stuff that we did, and in teacher, and I don't remember at this point, but we did that, and then we were walking around, and Zana was my mom, guys, for like an hour, and we were just like, oh, where are we little folk we just survived the strange thing that happened in Deidre, and the second chances were the ones who helped us. And then we also were like, oh, we're cool people, like we're going to the gala, and oh my gosh, I can't wait to see the second chances. So we were trying to like hit it from like different angles, to see what would catch, and it all seemed to work. I don't know.
I'm glad.
this one believes it also has an angle that could be hit, perhaps.
Oh, what's your angle, bud?
Leaf is going to Leaf is going to concentrate for 10 minutes, and then you see its little eyes light up in a light blue, and it just raises its hands to the sky, and its hands turns into smokestacks, and it just releases a whole bunch of smoke into the sky as Leaf casts Skyrite to write in the sky, the second
gosh.
chances have arrived.
Bud,
God.
that is amazing. How many times a day can you do that? I could use that for my show. Oh my god, we should do the show together.
That's
Yes.
impressive.
Wow.
Huh.
Wow.
Okay.
It's out there now, y'all.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sure is.
You know,
Wait for
Hard
the
to argue with.
autographs. Wait for the fame.
make
Oh God.
just make a general charisma check for me.
Leaf?
Want
Yeah.
to borrow my charisma, Leaf?
This isn't something he's really prepared to do. This is just to determine how the city takes the second chances have arrived appearing in the air.
Oh God.
I am going
Becomes
to
an
use.
ominous thing.
Does feel a little
Could
off.
be. Yeah, maybe.
You should have had like an emoji at the end of it.
Can I? I'm going to use inspiration.
Yeah, you know what? Mal sums it up perfectly. Is this cringe or nah?
And I'm also. Can I argue for persuasion?
Sure.
Haha.
Do
They're
you
the same
have
number.
Natural
They're the same
Same
number.
number.
Please,
Damn
natural
it.
one.
I have a +9.
I rolled a 15 for
Okay.
14.
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Double digits. Oh my god.
Sorry, did you just argue for persuasion so you could get a -1 on it?
It already
They
is.
were both -1.
You're both.
Oh, okay.
I don't think the charisma would be higher than the skill roll.
Fair enough.
I
I
haven't
guess.
heard
never
of
know.
that one yet.
All right. Okay, fair enough. So, you wanted to borrow a sending stone from Corey or Leo?
Yes, this one would request a sending stone.
Here's a boyfriend stone, and I hand it to him.
Oh, this one is sorry. It needs a female stone.
Here you go, bud.
All right, I'm walking away.
Thank you. Leaf is going to hold the girlfriend stone up to its side of its head and say out loud, "Salutations. This is the one known as Leaf. Are you okay, Dr. Fernelius? Where are you?"
End of your message?
End.
Okay. There's a slight pause before you hear a... We're going to change the music for this one.
Oh, great.
I should have changed it last time, too. I just wasn't quite thinking. You hear...
Oh, is this just my theme song?
This isn't your theme song.
I can't read the... Okay, sorry.
You hear a hoarse, weak, belabored voice that comes through. Leaf, is that you? I hope you're doing well. Stay away from home. Look after yourself. That's all you get.
Leaf is just going to, as it hears that message, just drop the stone onto the ground, like unmoving, and says, "This one will be right back. This one needs to return home immediately."
Oh.
No,
Bud, wait,
buddy.
what happened? Hey,
Buddy,
talk to us.
We're gonna go together.
Yeah, what happened?
It appears that my creator, Dr. Fernelius, is indeed alive. However, may
That's
not
great.
be for long.
Oh,
Okay, well,
is that? Did she say she needs help?
She said she did not request help. She told this one to stay away. Which
Oh.
it
means this
sounded
one,
like they needed help.
which means this one
Okay.
must return.
Well,
Okay, well,
We're
Hey,
planning on
bud.
doing that anyway.
right, tomorrow we can leave for Port Damali on the boat, and then from Port Damali, it's a straight shot up to your home.
if you want to see her sooner, you could ask Corey for the dream spell.
Yeah.
If you think she doesn't have much long to live, I mean, even if you left tonight, you couldn't get there in time.
Challenge accepted.
It would take you about a month of travel on foot to get there.
Yeah.
Barring
Good
no-
thing I can fly a whole
barring no
lot.
complications.
You can turn to a bird now, bitches.
You can?
Isn't that for like a minute?
It's for half my druid level, so 5 hours. Twice per short rest.
Not
So I
bad.
can
So
get
it's still gonna take some time.
I like
Yeah.
Malkyria's joke. Leaf has left the party as he just turns into a bird and flies away.
Dexter's cam just turns off, and we're all like, oh.
All right, Balthazar is now a permanent member of the party.
yeah.
Speaking of which, Balthazar, As you are on your way to pick up, I don't know if you wanted to get any new fancy clothes for this or not, or if your
definitely.
normal performance clothes are going to work or not. But as you are heading to the shop where you commission them, you see appearing over the port section of Port Zoon as letters appear in the clouds that say the second chances have arrived. You see a lot of people around you who are noticing this definitely look really confused. One guy's like, I don't remember my first chance.
No, would they have been
like,
impacted by me and Zana's little whisper campaign?
I mean, some might not have. These are just the ones that Balthazar heard right off.
Am I, as Balthazar, in performance ready mode?
It's up to you. You think you are? Or would you have gone to pick up your stuff for Balthazar as Roy?
How long have I been in town?
It's up to you.
I'm in Balthazar.
Okay.
I take this opportunity to go, let me spin you a tale of the second chances then.
Oh God.
This guy's like, what?
Gather round, and I flick my wrist and green flame appears as I start using control flame, minor illusion, prestidigitation, and dancing lights as cantrips to weave a fire and smoke show as a demon appears out of a portal out of fire, and then smokely figures of, let's be real here, really drawn action figures of the second chances.
Porn?
No,
I heard porn.
I messed up and
That's
said
what
porn.
I heard.
Oh. Less
I
interesting.
was trying to say poorly representations
Okay.
of the second chances as if they were action movie stars. So Leaf looks like just a buff Arnold Schwarzenegger robot thing. Rosalind is like the really buff Captain America-esque looking thing, and like so they're all fighting this monster as I tell the tale of how they saved Bicetal from this monster. And since I don't know what Zana looks like, it's just a smokely figure shooting guns.
Make a performance check halfway through this.
Ooh.
Can I give him advantage because of the
It's 26.
guy?
26. Okay. People start throwing copper at your feet as you're doing this.
And so as it wraps up with them fighting it, I say, and the humbly named second chances deeds go on further.
Oh, so they're like a hero group.
And I snap my fingers and point and go, that's right. Heroes.
Cool. And each turns and walks away.
Pick up my copper.
Wow,
Bastards.
tough crowd.
Tough crowd.
Wonder
Port
what
Zoon's a hard sell.
Do
26,
you
Jesus.
head down towards the port to see where this came from?
I make my way there.
Making my way.
But I
Making his way.
I'm making my way. But I do pick up a tuxedo
Okay.
and a rather simplistic mask.
You'll have a chance to. They still need to go
Yeah.
pick up theirs as well. So
Okay, yeah. No, then I'll make my
back
way
on
down there.
On the boat, if you'd all like to try and comfort Leaf a bit
Yes.
better. He explains to you what he saw, what they saw.
No.
Oh, you don't?
No?
Oh, okay.
What? What's happening?
Yeah,
If they ask about the scry, then I'll tell them. But otherwise, I'm not going to mention the scry. They just know
Okay.
I tried to send a spell.
I'll just be like, but what happened? Talk to me. My best friend, leave.
This one took the words to the Oracle at heart and could not understand if the doctor was alive. Why would she be around and not attempt to contact this one? Therefore, this one attempted to scry on her, failed,
Okay.
and so this one used the girlfriend stone to
Right.
That's
Yeah.
talk to her.
Okay. Well, I try to sit down with Leaf. I mean,
Wrong one.
from your stories and stuff, Leaf, like she obviously very much cared about you so much that It seemed like when things were in danger, her first priority was getting you away, right? So I think that even if it hurts you, that's what she's trying to do right now. But now that we're all together, right, we can take care of whatever the hell is, you know, whatever problem she has.
Yes. However, this one also had a tinge of doubt inside of it. If
Yeah.
you recall, this one's best friend Garrett has betrayed this one.
I know, but
Also, this one's family is first family is also attempting to kill him. So,
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
this
it's gonna be
one's
bad when we get there, but we're gonna take care of it.
this one's creation family has a running theme of attempting to murder me.
Hey, well, this family's not going to, right, guys?
Roz
Right.
gives 2 thumbs up.
Winston goes, yeah, no murder.
Thanks, Winston.
Thanks, Winston.
We're gonna take care of her, and we'll sort all this out, okay? It's gonna be good.
Okay. How wide is 1,000 feet?
Why?
1,000 feet. It's
I know, but, like-
it's about 3 football field lengths.
Is it like how big is Port Zoon in relation to 1,000 feet?
Oh, jeez, bigger, much bigger.
Okay.
Why? What are you thinking?
What are you planning?
This one was considering
Like a locate
Going
creature
around-
to see if Gareth is in town.
yeah,
How long does locate creature last for?
a minute.
Only a
Maybe?
minute?
Where is it?
I thought it was I think it might be a 10-minute concentration spell.
Where is locate creature?
It might be
Is
locate
it-
person.
I'll just search low.
I have locate object.
Locate creature's a 4th level. Jesus. Okay. Up to an hour.
Okay, so if you want, like, if that's what you wanted to do, you could cast the spell, concentrate on it, wild shape into a bird, and like fly around Port Zoon.
Yeah, that's actually a good idea because wild shape isn't concentration.
Mhm.
All right.
It is not, thank God.
Leaf is going to say, mentioning Gareth has made this one realize that he may be around for the gala or otherwise. This one's going to attempt to locate him.
Or you could save it and do it at the gala.
This one would rather know if Gareth is around before the gala.
Yeah, go ahead, bud.
All right.
Okay.
So you
I'll
cast,
do that.
Locate person. You all watch as he transforms into a bird with a leaf head and flies off.
Warning.
Leaf, go ahead and
I'll
make.
fly with him.
Well, you can only do it for 10 minutes.
10 minutes,
he
and
has an
then I
entire
can
hour,
do it
yeah.
again.
Make an investigation check with advantage, Leaf. You could potentially use somebody else's investigation for this if you want to.
If you want a plus, I think it's 8.
Roz can give you a sick +0.
I
Now,
shall
Zana in the other world has 11, but here it's also 0.
channel Leo for this.
Okay. So +8 at advantage.
Ugh. So a 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you spend the hour flying around Port Zoon, and you don't pick anything up. I mean, it's possible. You weren't able to know for sure if you hit every little nook and cranny, but, you know, being able to fly is definitely a big, big help here. So you were able to check a lot of it, but nothing comes up.
And in
Also
addition, checking the any known inns, because I remember I scryed on him before, so I would be sure to fly it over the inns,
Sure.
as well as
when
the
you
gala
scried
area.
when you scried on him, he was in Port Damali.
Yes, but being that I have that information, I know now that he likes to stay at inns.
Fair enough.
I mean, everybody does.
As Leaf leaves to go and start this, those of you on deck look down and notice a familiar dragonborn coming near the ship.
Hey, Corey, it's your friend.
Balthazar. Whoa,
I'm like
that's
flying
that's a-
back after chasing Leaf. Like, I support you, bud. And just like float down. Like, oh goodness, that's a lot. What happened?
It's Balthazar.
Balthazar's here.
You guys got
I
your
look
fill of
over.
the ship.
Is it?
Yeah, it's been some time.
Oh my gosh! Not even saying anything. Just transform into a changeling and just barrel roll into Balthazar.
As
Uh,
soon as the hug hits, he drops straight to his changeling form too.
Whoa!
Aww.
Oh my god!
Okay,
Guys!
if anyone else is a changeling, you have to tell us now. Like, this is...
What?
I was told that changelings are incredibly rare and hated. Now I know 3 of them in the span of a few months.
That's a lot.
How are
Good
you?
thing
And-
Leaf's not there.
Corey is just like firing off. Like, what are you doing here? Oh my god! It's literally gonna call you. Oh my gosh, it's crazy.
Okay, breathe. Breathe.
You only been Balthazar around us.
Well, we've also met... Oh, yeah, fair point. Yeah, we don't know.
Put up one finger. Put up one finger.
What?
How are you? Are you okay?
Uh,
How did the saving of the little girl go?
yeah. It was it was fantastic. I mean, we did it. It was terrifying. I wanted to, I was like, I'm gonna quit and I'll just be a performer with Balthazar, but we did it, and I actually stand up taller, and what a difference now, Bill, is that I have like a full head of like white curly hair. And I go, and I actually I got one of them.
You did.
I did. It's probably bad, but it felt really good.
It's bad if you keep doing it.
Yeah. But oh my gosh, so much has happened, and I've just been remembering myself. I'm like, oh gosh, guys, and I look at Balthazar and like, oh my gosh, I'm like, hey, like, you're kind of
Yeah,
naked right now,
we
dude.
gotta do introductions proper, don't we?
Yeah.
Do you want to lead it or should I?
And I look at the rest and I'm like, guys, this is
Go ahead.
Kaz.
Hi.
Kaz. Nice to meet you, Kaz.
It's a pleasure to meet you properly.
Yeah, I mean, and he quickly shifts into Roy and goes, Roy too.
I knew it.
Oh.
Got it.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Why you wanted
Yeah.
to look for Balthazar? You were trying to. Got it.
It was a really bad lie. I'm really shocked you guys didn't pick up on it.
I mean,
I mean, have you been around this group?
listen. Apparently, Corey would change right in front of me, and I had to think that it was just magic. So, a little slow on the uptake.
So, okay, is everybody here but Leaf?
Zana's downstairs. But
Yeah, Zana's downstairs, but outside of that,
So
yeah.
I kind of do a quick head count and go, okay, so where's the she-bitch?
Leaf is flying.
She has a date with Maeve tonight for the gala. Oh, I'm sorry. Is that not
Did-
true?
did-
no, it is true. I just.
Did Corey tell me about that?
That Zana was a changeling?
No, that Zana and Maeve were dating.
Oh,
You didn't know when you
Yeah,
guys
you did.
met.
You found out when you got
No,
back.
Well, we're not dating, for the
This-
record.
Because I
think
didn't
they're
learn
dating.
about this until like
You
after
returned.
we parted ways, so I didn't think I had
Yeah,
enough
yeah.
Okay,
incentive.
so I didn't know.
Because
I
I
go.
didn't get Dream until recently to really
Oh.
spill the tea to you.
Oh, so hold on.
God.
Let's do a deception check to see if anybody notices how hurt I feel.
Oh,
Oh, okay. There's an insight. I'll
the
let you know.
harem grows.
That's pretty
When
good.
are you in relationships, right?
Wait, who was Balthazar interested in? Maeve?
Roy had eyes for Maeve.
Oh.
They
See?
stayed up.
Everybody does.
Of
This is my
course.
shocked face.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
we're not-
Roy
we're
was
not
there before
surprised.
anybody else. Okay.
Yeah,
Galen was first, to be fair.
So when this mentions Roz, you pick up on Balthazar's disappointment and you give a surprised Rosalind face.
Yeah.
Oh.
Right.
Oh,
and I just
wow.
whisper to Cause. I'm like, no, it's okay, it's okay. Well,
It's fine.
no, it's okay. You still have a chance. I don't want to explain because it's not my thing to tell, but you have a chance. You have a chance. It's okay, it's okay. We'll talk later. We'll talk later.
Yeah, we'll talk later. And he
Just
drops
just-
back to his changeling self, which looks very much like Roy, except the gray tones and the whites and the
fair enough.
yeah. So
Yes, we're
Well, what
Is
brings you to
there
town?
a mark on his body, Robbie?
A mark?
I'm
Like
Like
Hyacinth?
royalty?
Well, he has clothes on, so you can't see
It's hard to tell.
everywhere.
You
Oh.
can just
I
ask people to
smack
see
Leo's
it.
hand. Stop.
No, I'm asking Robbie if I can see
Leo
it
reaches
right
over
now.
and tries to pull his shirt down a little. He's like, "Stop it!" No, from what you can see, you can't see anything.
Okay.
So what brings you into town, Balthazar? Or just performing?
I've been doing some shows. It's Kaz.
Kaz.
I will get that.
K-O-Z.
Kaz.
Dragon. KOS.
KOS.
Just
Got it.
just Kaz. Okay. Doing some shows. Traveling up. I got paid as a ticket from some cheapskate nobles, and was going to try to make some connections in this this shindig tonight.
Well, you have similar. We're all in the same kind of needs together, I think.
Oh
We are
God! Don't
gonna be
tell me
doing
you're
the same.
going.
Yeah, we're actually attending because the Calitons couldn't make it.
Oh, okay. It's not.
There's
It's
a-
not portal business, but it's okay. Whew.
No, that was
Oh,
earlier.
No, that was
Wait,
indeed
we can
Rin.
go together. Oh my god, guys, this is gonna be so fun. And Corey's just like elated.
I'm glad the two of you are getting along.
Indeed.
Did you tell them about?
Oh, and I kind of say, well, so when I was away, guys, I actually found what I thought was, Roy.
I think. I
And-
thought we knew that.
We
Okay.
already knew. We knew that.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
We thought
I
it was
just
Roy,
remind-
though.
Yeah,
So
we
that's
didn't.
why. That's why Maeve is
We
saying
just
that
do
because,
a recap flashback montage of our
Look,
adventures together.
Yeah.
Is this too much? Because I can go back to the Dragon Ball.
No, oh my
Ring
gosh,
thing.
you
I
have to
just-
stay.
it's
We have to
fine.
catch up.
No, this is totally fine.
However you're most comfortable.
Right. Whatever form you're most comfortable with.
I mean, I'm not the one being weird about it, though.
We're not being weird.
Oh no, my only thing was just that I didn't realize that Balthazar and Roy were the same person, and I knew Balthazar and Corey had differences, and I knew Roy and Corey were getting along, so that's all I was meant with that.
Oh, right. Of course, yeah. I mean, it's all a show, though. You know that, right?
Isn't it
Well,
now I
like
do.
now
all
we
a
do.
show?
Before we didn't.
I mean, points at Hermia. She's get it. She gets it.
Fair.
Either way, you are welcome to join us.
I want to go get my dress. I need to see if I look terrible in it.
I'll go grab Zana then.
So about this time, Leaf comes swooping back down as well, and Maeve, as you turn to Zana, comes up the stairs, goes, "Don't worry, the she bitch is present."
God, you
didn't
got
say
ears
that.
too.
This one is here.
Leaf, we're gonna go get our stuff so I can see how bad I look. And yeah,
Why would you look bad?
just if I like prepare myself to look bad, if I do look bad, then like, it's not as big of a disappointment. And then if I look good, then then it's a good thing. It's a
I have never once
happy
seen you look
surprise.
bad.
What about that time I was covered in goo?
I mean, I'm kind of used to that, to be honest with you. Like, I'm covered in goo pretty frequently. Yeah, in
When
the
you get
midst
old
of
enough,
battle.
you're just covered in goo all the time.
All right, I don't want to hear about that. I'm leaving now.
Okay, yep,
All right.
that's enough.
So
I grab.
Go ahead, Corey.
Sorry, I like start grabbing Kaz by like the sleeve and I pull him to Zana. I'm like, Zana, and I'm just like, it's us.
I had a hunch.
Yeah, isn't this fun?
No, she didn't.
3 in the same room.
You guys will love each other. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be great.
Oh God.
Poor Zana.
This is
Yep.
like me forcing 2 different friends from different friend groups to be good friends.
Yep.
It's just that awkward, like, yep.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
So you all leave the boat and head in to go and pick up your formal wear, which has been completed. You'll be able to get both your formal wear and your masks as well. So we'll say you pick up your masks, then go to the formal wear shop. So everyone will have a chance here to describe what their formal wear looks like, if you'd like to or not. I can also do it for you if you would prefer. We're going to start with Rosalind, though. When you all get there, the Furbolg seamstress seems most excited as you walk in, Rosalind, and takes you by the hand and goes, "Don't worry, I finished everybody's, and I have a little something, a little surprise for you." And she takes you all back. I was able to get things done a lot faster than I had hoped to. There was a bit of a creative, I guess, fire, flame of inspiration lit within me. So we have the same dress that I was able to make personally for you from scratch. It's the same style that you wanted. However, and as she takes it out for you, you see that on the sort of not the seams, but like down the neckline and then down the slit on either side of the dress, there's essentially kind of like a border around like the edge of it, and up here at the top, across the shoulders, is embossed in like a golden. It's like a golden motif of a woman, and then her hair goes down the edge of the dress and becomes like a winding road. And you recognize it as the change bringer, and her hair becoming the road, which is what it is in a lot of her iconography. And she goes, "I noticed your shield and thought that this might be a unique touch."
Roz blushes and gives a very genuine smile and thanks her. It's gorgeous. Thank you so much.
So if everyone would then, Roz, starting with you, if you'd like to
Sure.
describe in depth a bit more what your
Yep.
dress and mask looks like.
Rosalind wears a rather scandalous red dress. She has a body she is proud of, and her dress certainly shows off her muscles as well as the lifetime's worth of scars she's accumulated in only a few short years. 2 long slits run up the sides to her hips, and a lacy holster sits on her right thigh that holds Radiant Sister. The plunging neckline shows off a silver necklace above her bosom, and she wears a light ashwood mask in the form of, unsurprisingly, the wolf. It's the same color as her hair, making the hair kind of appear as a wolf's mane. For accessories, she wears silver bracers and a pair of black heels. She even wears makeup, deep red lipstick, and eyeliner that emphasizes her eyes beneath the mask.
Maeve?
So Maeve is wearing a... Are you pulling it up? Okay. Maeve is wearing a dress that is a gradient of from like light sky blue to deep purple, kind of like a fading kind of like think like the sea on Twilight time, so without the reds. And it's got a lace. It's laced up in the front with silver thread and cinched with a belt with a ornate silver threading design. And the sleeves are basically, they look like long sleeve, but they're cut at the top. So they just flow down in that same gradient as well. She also is wearing jewelry. She has an armlet that's like a moon and a star that wraps around her arm, bracelet, and a necklace also with a moon on it. Her mask is of similar blue colors with a silver moon at the top of it. Did I get pulled down? Okay, sorry. I just heard something. With a silver moon on it, along with kind of edges of fur that hang in the back.
Okay. Do Zana next. As you come out in yours, you see Zana standing there as well as she comes out. Her mask covers from like the nose up, and at the bottom it's a light blue that is a gradient that fades up to like a dark blue with stars in it to simulate the night sky. Similar to yours, there is a silver moon in the center. And from the left and right on the top of her mask, deer antlers come up and out as well. She's wearing a long blue dress that has a high slit up one side where you can see her thigh-high black sort of military-style boots, fishnets on her thighs. The dress goes all the way up to like a blue corset, and then the top part is transitioned suddenly into like a formal military-style like coat sort of. So it's high-necked. And fully sleeved on her right arm, but her left arm is sleeveless, and she wears a long cape over that shoulder. And then across her waist are several chains and jewels that have a moon on the end of them in the center. And matches Maeve very well, and both of them kind of overall have like that sort of moon weaver motif.
Maeve's actually really surprised to see that, and kind of just kind of looks between Zana and the seamstress. She's like, "Wow, I did not realize how much that would. Wow, it looks beautiful. You look beautiful in it.
So do you.
Thank you.
Corey.
How you looking?"
I am in the background while Maeve and Zana were ogling each other. I'm just like, yeah, so I get my dress. So first the midriff is kind of wrapped in this like white, almost like iridescent kind of sash. And it kind of goes up into a halter top that then has a like a crystal embedded in the top collar. The sleeves are kind of like off to the shoulder, and they're big and puffy, and they're also sheer, kind of giving off that same like opalescent kind of shine. And the bottom part of the dress just kind of flows down into like a full out like gala ball dress. There's also like crystal flowers almost at her hips. And and there's also like chains and like dangling crystals wrapped around her horns that kind of like frame her face really nicely. And the most significant thing though is that her mask is actually it's like a half mask, and it kind of curls almost in a crescent shape on her face, but it's like made up of like reflective mirror glass that is then kind of dotted across with like smaller gems and whatnot.
Okay, Hermia.
Oh God. So Apple made a really beautiful picture, and I'm probably not gonna do it justice like describing it. But Hermia's got like it's like a full length gown. It's not poofy though. And it's layered, so like the top part is like kind of short, and then it gradually like gets to a longer length. And the dress itself is made out of this material that like has a kind of sheen to it, like a dragonfly's wings. So there's like pink and blues and greens that like when they hit the light just right, you can see it. her shoulders, it like cuts like a V neck at the top, and then like the sleeves are just it's just like this long like kind of like sashy looking thing, and then her mask is a butterfly. That's it. I'm done embarrassing myself.
No, that's good. That was a good,
Oh.
that was a good
Beautiful.
description.
Come on.
Leo.
Shit. Leo's a little bit more simple with kind of an ashen gray black suit, kind of symbolizing ashes of a phoenix, with embroidery of the Everlight on the breast. All of the seams are in a red, kind of glowing, like ember-like thread throughout all the seamstry. As for the mask, it is a phoenix mask similar to the one that Roz gave him with the polendron. But there are 3 distinct feathers near his left eye that go up. One is black, one is gray, and one is bright red.
All right, Leaf.
All right, so Leaf is going to have a silk dress that's soft and shimmers. It will have a blonde wig with a sexy cologne, a diamond tiara, and bikini briefs. The wig is going to be a spiky in texture in the front with a black ribbon tied into a bow. Pigtails, which fall past the shoulders, resting on its chest. The mask is human appearance with glowing blue eyes and a hard look with a slight scowl. It will also have a necklace with a gold choker and a hanging black pearl. The dress itself is elegant, knee length with a form-fitting bodice with a plunging neckline, and Leaf's body will be filled out as needed. A flowing skirt with light purples, decorative lace trimmings that are black. It's sleeveless with thin arm tights that are a little see-through. Gloves, which are black with frills, ribbon and bows, and black boots, leather boots, high-heeled to complete the ensemble, which go just past the knees. I also have a picture that I've had commissioned. It was $350, so please enjoy it.
And don't think that I didn't catch your Final Fantasy VII reference in there either.
What?
Yeah, what indeed. If you have any pictures that anyone wants to drop into the chat for people to see, like if you have them, posted.
We're
I
dropping
like
them in
how
the
you put, like, a
we're dropping them
your
in the
face in
Smiling
it.
Satyr chat.
All right.
Oh my
also,
god.
Oh my god.
Leaf will also have a red top hat with black feathers on it.
2 things. Roz sees Leaf step out and is like, Slay Queen, absolutely. And then sees Hermia step out and her jaw hits the fucking floor as she just stares.
Hi guys.
You look amazing.
Really? You're not just saying that? Because you don't have to be nice. I've heard
Hermia,
worse.
I think you've learned by now I am a terrible liar.
She really is.
Wow. She will offer you a corsage for your wrist.
Dave gives Hermie a wink and a thumbs up.
Kaz, would you like to describe what you're wearing?
Yeah. So, you all had time to prepare this, and I'm kind of put on the spot. So,
Artwork.
I
We're
gave
going-
you fair warning earlier in the day in Discord.
yeah. So, simplicity is how I always feel class is. So he walks out in the Dragonborn form, with a very well-fitted black tux. There's not a lot of bells and bobs on it. very crisp white shirt, black tie, and as he flicks his wrist, he makes sure to see if what he did want to accent it with was there. With a little green fire, he moved his hand around, and you could see that wherever the white shirt showed inlets of luminescent inlays are in there, just of design work to light up this pale green and then disappear just as quickly. And his mask is just a very simple one over his eyes.
Okay.
Very nice.
And as everyone is admiring and paying for their formal wear, we'll say 50 gold each for everybody. The seamstress goes, "Oh, one more thing I nearly forgot," and reaches down underneath and takes out a bow tie that she ties around Luster's neck, and then takes a little top hat with a little tie on it and like stretches it out and puts it on his head so to stay, and then the little strap underneath his chin so it stays on. And Luster kind of perks up proudly and looks around everyone like,
He's
yes,
so
yes,
cute.
yes, quite. And she goes, "Oh, what a distinguished looking gentleman."
Oh, a
so
distinguished
cute.
boy.
Mhm.
Easily the best outfit, Luster.
Yeah.
As I
We
said
just didn't
before,
get you a
Slay
cape.
Queen. Oh my
Sure.
gosh.
Guys, we need to get our portraits done together as a group. Are you kidding me? Come on, look at us.
Hermia slowly backs away.
No, Hermia, you get over here. You have a mask
Yeah,
on.
Ross puts an arm around Hermia. Absolutely not.
I don't like having my portrait drawn.
No,
Well,
it's okay. We just have to stand here for 3
luckily-
hours.
Luckily, you do have a few hours before the gala, so you're able to find an artist somewhere who does,
God.
who at least gets the sketches down and takes some notes and says that if you come and find him in the morning, he'll have the portrait done for you.
Don't show me. I don't want to be shown.
You look
Just
so
don't.
beautiful. Stop it.
The artist, I pull aside and give him an extra couple gold pieces and say, make sure they'll all look amazing.
Aw.
I kind of push in. I'm like, also, though, if you take different forms of payment, we are brand new heroes up
Nope.
and coming.
Put my
Nope.
hand
No,
over
no, no,
Hermia.
No.
We're not doing this.
We are paying our artists, damn it!
We're not prostitutes either.
If there is
so-
anything that this group is passionate about, it is paying their artists.
I give them 10 more gold pieces on top of that. After
With
that,
We could give you some decent exposure for it.
No.
With
Oh
that,
my
leave,
God.
you all head for the gala. So the invitation given to you by the Calatons is for the Masked Menagerie's Gala and Dance, an event being held in the atrium of Greater Diligence near the Academy grounds in the Central Hemisphere. When you arrive, you see a magnificent fountain display of waterworks that sort of sprouts timed shots around in a way that sort of simulates the growing city and industry of Port Zoon, from a humble fishing village to the center of commerce and innovation that it is now. Several guests have already arrived, and more are still pulling up in carriages, while others arrive by foot from nearby upscale inns or privately owned manors. You ascend the stairs on either side of these fountains. You're brought up to a large opening with 4 doors that are as wide as the pandering breeze and 40 feet tall. You see guests in front of you flashing invitations as they enter. Once inside, you're brought to 2 attendants. One seems to be gathering coats and handing out or taking tickets, while the other on the other side is taking weapons and doing the same. So as you come forward, did anyone bring any weapons that you have on you?
I mean, I did, but it's a necklace.
Yeah, no one can see that one.
Yeah,
Leo,
Roz is in a pocket dimension.
Leo, any daggers that you brought?
I would have left the magic ones at home.
Okay, well, if you have daggers on you, they request that you leave them, and they give you a little ticket to claim them coming back out. You notice that Zana doesn't have any of her guns on her, but she does seem to have what looks like a small clutch that is made out of what looks to just be like mismatched kinds of like metal. It's in the shape of, it's like rectangular in shape and size of a clutch or whatever, and they asked to see inside, and it does kind of open up, but it just is an odd kind of piece or accessory, if you will, but since it looks like a clutch, she's allowed to keep it.
I will ask her through mental telepathy. I haven't seen that one before.
And she responds back, "It's new."
It's a pistol.
I I unscrew the gem on the top of my walking staff and I hand it in.
Is it just a gem or is it like a sword cane in there?
No, it's just a gem, and the gem is a total decoy because it's just the staff is the actual magic
Oh, well,
weapon.
as you're trying to hand them their staff, they're like, walking implements are fine. You can keep...
No, I was giving them the gem on top of it to say that was the casting device. Just being a little coy. I don't know. I got nothing.
Oh, if you're like, I cast magic through this, they're just like, oh, well, all right then. And they put it away and give you a ticket for it.
But I
Guess
keep the
could've-
walking staff, so because actually
Sure.
what I'm casting it off of. That's what I'm doing.
I guess I could have taken my bow as a walking staff since D&D says you only need 5 minutes to string a bow, which is hilarious.
Yep, indeed. Ooh, excuse me. So, as you walk through the final sets of doors, you find yourself staring down a set of wide stairs gilded with silver and gold, covered with a deep royal purple rug. There's another set of attendants standing on either side that guests seem to be talking to, and once they're done, you watch as they announce said guest, and they walk down as well. It's up to you if you want to be announced or not. This is the Masked Gala after all, so if you don't want people to know who you are, there's no harm in it. But one does look at you expectantly and asks, would you like you and your troop announced to the assembly?
I think it would probably serve our purpose as well.
I guess at least to announce that we're the second chances.
They take a small card and a quill and hand it to one of you to write down how you'd like to be announced.
Roz will glance at Hermia. What name am I using tonight?
Just put Hermes.
So as you are deciding, you hear behind you as one of them proclaims loudly, Alamad's Hadu, Marquis of Port Zoon and sponsor of the gala tonight. And as you turn to look, you see a dwarf who strikes a pretty imposing figure despite his smaller stature. 4 feet tall, still has a sturdy, well-built frame. He has silver hair that's neatly groomed, his beard braided with intricate patterns that reach all the way down to his belt. He has deep-set eyes the color of polished granite that hold a glimmer of shrewdness and determination. Despite his age, his posture remains straight and regal that conveys a definite sense of authority and confidence, and he has a mask of a granite-colored shark on as he descends down into the gala.
Well, here's one of the marquee.
And Marcus
Roz-
Hadu has been added to your document.
Roz asks Zana what she wants to be introduced as well as Kaz.
Oh no, that's your group. I'm not a part of
I'm
it.
just a part of the second chance. You don't have to mention me specifically.
Fair enough. And Corey, okay, there. Thank you.
Oh.
Lovely. Orland H. For the rest.
Well, if you're doing full names, just use Time Avro then.
Yep, I did.
Okay.
As you continue, another guest enters, and you hear, introducing the Marquis of Tusoa of the Clovis Concord, Tusila Latu. And as you turn to look, you see an elegant, statuesque elf with a slender build. Standing at 6 feet tall, she carries herself with grace. Smooth, sun-kissed complexion. She has long, flowing hair the color of midnight blue that cascades down her back in loose waves. Vibrant emerald green eyes that possess a sharp and penetrating gaze. And even now, just entering in, you can see as she begins to assess every small detail around her. She wears a blue half mask with a sharp beak and long peacock plumes that sit flat across her head and then go down behind her, masking over her hair. All right, so that's everybody there. All right. So they take the card and then kind of flip it over as you kind of like had to write on the back of it as well.
Yeah, Rosalind definitely did the thing where she misjudged like how big she could write, and they got, oh shit.
Yes, very well. And they turn to address the assembly. Introducing Lady Rosalind Larest, Lady Hermes Sorsha, Lady Timavra Ashfall, Sir Leo Woodsmile, Lady Leaf, Lady Corlon H. Larest, and the retinue of the Second Chances. And all of you can then make your way down, into the event proper. Further in, you see a sprawling ballroom unlike anything most of you have probably ever witnessed before. The ceiling is at least some 200 feet high, held up by marbled columns laced with veins of gold and etched with various scenes of invention and artistry. The ceiling is painted with a wonderful panoramic depiction of Port Zoon from sunrise to sunset to midnight in a star-filled sky and back again. The far side of the ballroom opens up into a balcony area that spans half the space as it looks out over the Lucidian Ocean. Soft blue, nearly transparent silk doing a poor job of separating the salty night air from the regal ambience of the gala. The left side of the space is lined with tables and chairs and the finest cutlery and dinner sets that you've ever seen. Several attendants wait nearby to take orders and bring guests whatever it is that they desire. On the right side, you see a main stage with an orchestral band of about 20 members playing a soft, elegant, sophisticated melody that provides the perfect ambiance to the event without drawing too much attention away. And you also see a table filled with gift boxes of all shapes, sizes, and an elderly Eladrin woman nearby speaking to one guest while a crowd of others look on, enraptured by whatever it is that they're speaking of. For the gifts in particular, this is part of a bit of a kind of mini game tonight. If you approach the gift table, you are allowed to sort of inspect the gifts if you'd like to, but there is also a small tag associated to each of them with a clue on it as to what is in the gift. Throughout the night, you can either hold on to that if you want till the end of the night and then take your gift when you leave, or you can attempt to try and trade yours with other people's. They have to show you what the clue is, but it's up to them if they want to trade or keep it. So persuasion checks or some other means of subterfuge may be appropriate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show all of you the list right now. So these are all of them on there. And we are going to, if you would like to grab a gift, we're all going to roll for initiative to decide the order that we take these gifts in.
Wow.
So whatever you roll, just go ahead and type it in the chat, and we will go from there, as the guests will also be taking part in this as well. And I'm just going to do D20 rolls for them. No actual initiative on this.
This will hold all day.
Oh,
What's
that one
that?
might be Roz's.
Oh,
Sorry,
we
did you-
reading the stuff there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you did not roll very well, sir. That's weird. Number 4 got 4.
That's funny. What are the chances? Like 1%.
All right, that is half of the guests, or the important guests anyway. There's actually quite a few people here, but not everyone is as important as everyone else is. All right. Hey, 7 rolled a 7 as well. This is getting freaky.
Damn it, I was going to take 17.
All right, so let's see what we have here. A 15, 11, a 15, and 8. Leo, you get to choose first. Which gift would you like?
Trying to read all of them really quickly.
I'd say if you still need a little bit of time, we can always come back to the gifts.
To be honest, where was that one that said
Oh, that's initiative. I misunderstood.
like tastes
Something
of
about
adventure?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Mixtures of taste. Each day a new adventure. Number 9.
Number 9, yeah.
All
I'll
right.
take that one.
Yep. So Leo takes number 9. Anybody else that was over 20? You don't think so. We have a few 19s. So we'll take 9 and 10. We'll go first. I'm just going to roll to see what they take. 16 and 12.
Oh, damn, I wanted 12.
I did too.
The dice screwed me. I wanted the Doc Ock quote. I'm sorry.
Did I put a
power
Doc Ock
of-
quote in there? Oh,
Yeah,
I
the
did.
power of the sun in my hands.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, I gotta look for a new one.
I'm really
Guess
scared that
10.
17 is just another sending stone.
All right, so 18, we will let... one of you rolled an 18, didn't you?
Not me.
No?
Nope.
Oh, okay, well, the
Did
guests...
Zana roll?
Number 6
Zana
rolled
did
an
not
18.
roll. Zana got a 2. She gets to pick last.
Oh. That's
All right, let's see. So it looks like only one guest got an 18, so guest 6 is going to take 7. Now remember, there is still a chance that you can get one of these ones that you wanted. You just have to try and talk one of the guests into trading with you.
Can you leave with more than one?
no.
There's no rules against it. If you can talk someone into giving you their clue ticket, you could walk away with more than just one. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, 17, guest number 5 is going to take number 2. And the guest numbers will correspond with the numbers in your guest listing as well, just as an FYI.
Okay.
17, 16. Y'all rolled terrible. It's a good thing this wasn't a battle.
I know. It was not
Ooh,
great.
what does Vex take?
She's going to take 3. Guest 11. All right, so that was 16. So now 15. Corey and Maeve.
Me. You can go ahead, Corey.
Why, thank you. Is this list what's already been
sorry.
taken?
There.
Oh.
Go ahead and refresh it. They should all... If someone took it, it should say afterwards. I'll actually go and bold them so it's easier to see what's been
Oh,
taken. as
okay,
well.
let me just exit out of it.
Hold on.
It didn't change.
Hold on. Some of them afterwards should say like guest or like Leo's hand. I'm bolding
Oh,
them.
there it is. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm bolding them right now just so that they stand out a bit more. Give me a second. Okay, they should all now have bolded names after them if they've been taken.
Okay. Ooh. I will take a supreme correction of dire mishaps.
All right,
That's the
number
one I wanted.
8
I'm
for
sorry.
It's
Corey.
okay. Trade them.
Maeve.
Tradesies.
I'm almost positive this is a sending stone, but that's okay. I'll take 17.
Oh, I also just wrote 17 in the back. Maeve.
I don't know if I'm going to keep it, but I think that's what she would think of first, and afterwards be like, wait, damn it.
All right, Hermia, you're next with 14.
I'm gonna
Oh,
go.
wait, sorry, hold on. One guest got a 15. Let me see what they want. They want number 17, except Maeve took that, so they'll take 18. That's guest number 8. Okay, Hermia, what one would you like?
13.
This is my second one. Damn it.
Sorry.
All good.
Shoot,
I rolled like shit. It's fine.
It happens.
I'm not sure why it won't let me bold that, but all right. You wanted, sorry, which one?
13.
13? Okay. For Hermia. Oh, I see why it wasn't letting me do that. I was pressing the wrong button for it. All right. do I
I'm
have
surprised
guests at
Corey didn't pick 14.
No. So next, I believe, is Roz.
Roz will take she'll take number 5.
Number 5 for Roz. Veins as cold as ice and thick as glaciers. Leaf.
Leaf will take number 10.
Number 10.
Who needs a man? This will hold all day.
I want to know so bad what the hell that is.
It's a
Now,
dildo.
if anyone would like to inspect their gift at the table, you can basically do just about anything short of opening it up. If you open it up, you have to keep it. All right, so that was Leaf at 10. Balthazar at 8. Your turn.
Can I do an insight check on 1?
On 1?
Yeah.
Not really like an insight check.
What
but
do you want? Like a investigation or?
I'll just tell you. So kind of picking it up in your hand, it's about the size of like a grape too. It's kind of almost weightless. When you shake it though, like there's no sound. So whatever's in there is packed pretty tightly.
I'll take 1.
Take 1. Okay. Cause. And I think the rest now are basically just the rest of the guests.
And Zana.
And Zana.
And
yeah.
Zana.
So we'll go guest number 2. We'll take 11. Oops. Guest number 3 will take 15. Guest number 4 will take 19. And Zana will take 4. All right.
Fancy. All right.
So with that, second chances, there are a few more people who get introduced to the party, sort of during this, as all of this is happening. You hear another Marquis enters, Hector Soliva. As he walks down, you see a broad man standing tall. There's a slight hunch to him. His dark, handsome features are marred by a perpetual scowl. His hair, once a rich chestnut color, is peppered with gray at the temples, a testament to the weight of his wealth and power. He has piercing, hawk-like eyes that flicker and dart around constantly, observing his surroundings. He wears the mask of a panther. And he's also constantly flanked by 2 automatons that are identical to the ones that you saw on the pirate ship of the Burnt Coast.
Ooh.
Being over here by the table with the guests, you get a better look at the elderly Eladrin woman, who you can now hear what's going on, and talking with a few of the other guests. She is a Fey fortune teller and oracle, and she's basically here as one of the curiosities of the gala. Her name is Seraphina Veilweaver. She has an ethereal presence to her. She appears to be in her 30s, but as an Eladrin, there's an agelessness about her that makes it difficult to determine exactly how old she is. Long silver-white hair cascades down to her waist, adorned with shimmering gemstone hairpins that seem to change color with her every movement. She has piercing violet eyes that hold a depth of knowledge and mystery that seem to see beyond the mundane. She has flowing garments made of iridescent silk and velvet in deep purples and blues, embellished with intricate silver embroidery that glimmers in the light. Around her neck, she wears a delicate amethyst pendant that radiates a faint, pulsing glow, and she wears no mask.
Oh.
So,
That's a message.
What would you all like to do? You can talk with people that are currently here. You can attempt to go and check out any area of the gala, and you will no doubt meet more people as the night goes on.
For me, it turns to Roz. Be like, okay, this is really out of character for me, but I'm like, I'm having flashbacks of like painful times of my life. You want to get something to drink? I need something to drink.
Roz nods. I think a drink would be very nice. This is a little higher end than I'm used to.
Oh, it's just nerve-wracking, let's be honest.
Before we all split up, Leaf is just going to pat everyone on their shoulder and say, "Let us do really good tonight." And I'm going to cast Enhance Ability at 4th level to give Hermia, Corey, Rosalind, and Balthazar advantage on charisma checks.
Damn it, I could use this.
Charisma check.
Heck yeah.
Sorry, I rolled random.
All right.
okay.
So Rosalind and Hermia, you head over onto the left side of the ballroom where the tables and everything is set up, and they do also have an open bar as well, so you are able to get some drinks.
What do you drink tonight, Hermia?
Maybe just wine, something sweet. Yeah, let's go with that.
Roz will nod and ask the person for a wine and a whiskey if they have it.
Yep, they nod and begin to prepare your drinks for you. Also, both sitting and standing at the bar, you see another pair, 2 women. One of them is seated at the bar, has her drink. The other one's kind of standing behind her, more like keeping an eye out on things. The woman who's sitting down, human, slightly less than average size proportions. Large, muscular, orcish woman behind her. The human is in a simple, elegant red dress, has sort of a modest shimmer to it. The mask covers the top half of her face and is black with several white stars painted onto it in an arch. The orc woman wears a similar mask, but it's inverted. So it is white with several black stars on it. It is just wearing like a stylish, simple black suit, silver undershirt, and gold accents along the cuffs, waist, and neck. And the woman who's sitting turns and looks to you and goes, "Get here and go straight to the bar. Must not really be your kind of scene."
Says the person sitting at the bar.
But
Yeah.
we've been here a bit longer. Plus, to keep up with people that have the sticks the size of theirs, up asses as tight as theirs, you need a few of these to make it all go down a bit easier.
Hey, does this person sound kind of familiar?
A little bit.
Little bit?
As she says that, the orcish woman
Does
kinda
does
elbows her
does
a
she
little
sound
bit.
kind of like Balthazar should be voicing her?
Maybe.
Okay, interesting. Just checking.
Um,
Roz will nod. Apologies. My name is Rosalind Lorette. This is Lady Hermes Sorsha. Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. Linda Despero, my wife Sin here, the interim Marquise of Broken Bank Village.
wow.
Hermia, you notice as Roz's grip, like on your arm, like tightens all of a sudden, and she like seems to freeze up for a moment.
Cat got your tongue?
It would seem so. Linda and Sin, is it? How did you become the interim Marquis? That seems like, is that not a usually inherited position?
Well, we inherited it one way or another. Some do it with political power, influence, and money. Sin here did it with a sword. The Marcus out in Broken Bank Village was... didn't have the area's best interest at heart, so we sent it elsewhere. And
Hermia, you hear in your head from Roz, that is my Aunt Sin and my Aunt Des.
It sounds like you murdered somebody.
Yeah, that's the... Yeah, pretty much. We murdered someone because they were a bunch of assholes, and now the Concord is taking its sweet time in recognizing us as the new Marquise of Broken Bank.
Is that what brings you here tonight? Hopes of being officially recognized?
She raises her glass to you and then takes a drink.
And you require that to be part of the Clovis Concord?
It would give us a bit more power and sway in helping to make the lives of those in Broken Bank Village a bit easier. But, I mean, to be honest, we also don't really give a shit because it's far enough out that they mostly stay out of our business.
Where is Broken Bank Village? I apologize, I'm not from the coast.
few miles off the coast. Well, not a small island, one of the larger islands, but out yonder, and just kind of points out the window.
You could just keep murdering people until, like, no one can say no.
We would rather avoid that unless it was deserved, and coming here and trying to murder your way into the Clovis Concord probably isn't going to work. And you hear Sin kind of mutter, "Haven't tried it yet."
Roz has
Corey,
to stifle a laugh.
If you want to see that Hermia and Roz seem to be chit-chatting with someone over near the bar, you can definitely see that.
Are they similar enough to where I would remember them from Roz's visit?
Oh, from Roz's dream.
Yeah.
Corey saw Sin.
Oh, make a perception check at disadvantage because they are wearing masks.
Why?
They're disguised.
They are
But
disguised.
I want to meet myself.
Well,
Then just go over and meet yourself.
Oh,
would
no.
Des be wearing a mask, or would she just be brooding?
Oh, I rolled a 2.
Yes. You do not recognize them. You're like, damn, those masks are really good.
Okay. Well, obviously they're both hot, so I'm gonna.
They are both hot, yeah.
They're both
I'm gonna.
hot.
I'm gonna come over, either with cause or leash if they're not doing anything immediately, and I'm, going for a drink, and I'm just like, well, hello, who's this?
Des looks down at you. You're a little young to be at something like this.
This is my younger
no.
sister, Coraline.
Ah, well, enjoy yourself. It's not often you get invited to these type of things.
Coraline, this is Linda Despero and her companion Sin, the current Marquis of Broken Bank.
Interim Marquis, they are always very specific about that part.
I
Corey
see what you
gets,
mean
like,
about the sticks up their
starstruck.
asses.
Mm.
Yeah, you would know the name, Corey, as soon as she introduces you.
I'm just like,
I feel like
oh
anyone within
my
a rage can
God.
just hear Rosalind screaming mentally inside.
yeah. I just like reach out my hand and just like give a hefty shake to both. Sin probably almost breaks my arm. I'm just like,
She's delicate
it is
about
so nice to meet you guys. Wow, this is fantastic. Are you guys having a good time?
Does it? Sin goes. Does it look like it?
No.
Having
No,
a wild
but-
time.
Are they carrying gifts?
They have.
Ooh.
You notice that Sin, tucked into one of her pockets, has one of the clues.
I see.
Interim Marquis. We are here in hopes of finding some valuable alliances this evening. I would love to have a moment of your time to speak if it would be possible at some point.
Actually, I think I might have forgotten to draw one for them. Oh, I did. I think I probably forgot to do guest 7 as well. So let me do 1 and 7 really quick. But yeah, seems like, or Des goes, sure. Would love to know what brings the adventuring group the Second Chances to Port Zoon to write their name in the sky.
Roz gives a
That wasn't
1,000-yard stare.
I didn't do that.
Yeah, that was
Not my idea.
Have you ever traveled with someone who sometimes makes decisions without consulting the rest of the group?
Des goes, nope. And as she says that, Sin turns and gives you a 1,000-yard stare.
Roz just nods as if she knew. Excellent. Well, I will allow you to enjoy a drink or two, and perhaps later this evening we can speak.
If you're here looking for patrons, to what's the word I'm looking for? And Sin goes, sponsor your group or whatever. Heroes do that sometimes. We don't got the money, so don't think we're gonna do it.
No,
but
we're not.
If you want to know a little bit about who's more trustworthy than who, we can probably help you out.
Well, it sounds like you have something far more valuable than a patron, then. information.
So I'm trying to move something on the map, and I moved
Mhm.
the whole map.
Go to send like, how do you get your arms like that? Like I've been trying to work out and like I don't know, like maybe like am I not eating enough protein? I think that's what it is, you know?
Mostly genetics.
Oh.
Taking off heads helps too, though.
Oh, okay. Noted.
Are you gonna practice?
And you both just kind of stare at each other awkwardly, and she's like, I'm not good at small talk.
Raza looks at Corlin and is like, "Oh, you've been trying to put on some muscle. Are you starting tomorrow? Is that the idea? Because I haven't noticed."
Okay. Yeah, well, you know,
Sin
I've
and
been
Dej
like,
both
I've
chuckle.
been planning. I have vision boards and I have like, you know, a schedule kind of written out. And it's just, you know, we've been busy, you know, but it's like, it's good because I want to research before I don't want to like jump into it and like mess it up, you know?
Sin goes, it's not just about your routine. Diet is very important as well. Start every morning, breakfast, 5 raw eggs. That's it.
Raw?
Eggs? Oh my God.
Now Roz has the 1,000-yard stare as she remembers her summers spent with them. Oh, right.
Ugh.
You get used to it eventually.
I'm sure that's the case.
Yeah, Roz is definitely full of shit. As always, she is not a great liar. And Roz nods politely. Well, I will come speak with you later this evening.
They both nod to you. Leo, Maeve, Leaf. Anyone that you would like to attempt to talk to, or anywhere that you'd like to go to look around, see if you can spot anybody else here at the gala?
I know
I also probably should have mentioned too. Hold on, did I actually get through all of? I did. In the center of the ballroom, by the way, is where most of the dancing is happening.
Okay. I know Maeve is unless Zana disappeared. Did Zana go disappear?
Nope, Zana's still beside you.
That's good. I know she would probably consult with her of like, you know, any thoughts of who should we approach, or should we just kind of look around?
First would probably be to get more of a lay of the land, figure out exactly who's here, who some of the power players are. We know the marquees, of course, are important. But the Keltons wrote in their letter that this was aimed at merchants and the wealthy. So people are here for 2 reasons. To get money or to give money in exchange for stuff.
Drug deals.
I see. Well, let's get...
For example, and she's going to go ahead and scan the room here real quick. And she points to a man. She goes, I would guess that is our Golden Chain mercenary representative. You see a man with a commanding figure who just like exudes this presence of authority. Tall, strong, muscular build, confident, salt and pepper hair that's neatly trimmed, piercing blue eyes. He dresses in finely tailored clothing, favoring dark suits with golden accents that probably denote his affiliation with the Golden Chain mercenaries. His attire is immaculate. He wears the mask of a golden dragon, which is covering his entire face except for just under his chin. Next to him, you see a dwarf, stout, muscular, stocky build, stands about 4 feet tall. He has weathered and sort of deeply lined face that probably speaks of years of hard labor, life filled with challenges. His beard is thick, well-groomed, reaches down to his chest, and has sort of intricate braids, trinkets, even a few small gems woven into it. And he has these dark, beady eyes that carry a small glint of cunning behind it, though they are mostly hidden by the mask of a rock golem. But she points out and goes, those were probably our mercenary chain representatives. I'd say the other thing that probably catches most of your eyes, off away from most of the crowd. Like, people are kind of broken up into small little, like, gatherings here and there. In some cases, you might see 2 people talking together or a larger group. Very, very, very few people are just off by themselves. But the one that stands out is an older half-elven woman wearing a long, deep blue gown that holds tightly to her figure. Black hair cascades freely down her shoulders and back with a few faint streaks of white in it and 2 blue feathers tucked behind her ear. Her eyes, a brilliant shade of blue, hold a deep, boring contempt for the environment and company around her. You can tell that many guests are eyeing her and are eager to approach, but fearful of the adolescent brown bear lazing around just in front of her. She wears the mask of a bear, but it's currently sitting down around her neck, and she seems to just be swirling a glass of champagne. She goes, I've never seen her in person, but based on descriptions, I would assume that is the Teldoroi Council's coin mistress.
Lady Vexalia of Vox Machina fame. She looks between these options going like, this feels very intimidating either way.
Oh, well, I'm not there, but I was gonna say you could have Bluster, like, go over there and break the ice.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if the animals can do anything, but she will kind of nod to Zana. I might have an idea to break through Lady Vexalia, but we'll have to tread carefully.
No rush. It's not like the line is getting any longer.
Well, maybe not a line for her. Luster, do you think you can play nice?
Luster kind of perks up and puts his paw up next to his bow tie, like he's like holding on to like the lapel of his
collar,
shirt, of his collar, and just nods.
Okay.
Or I could go over there with some pocket chicken and win
No.
both of them over.
Let's not.
I think
Leaf
he's
is going
stabbed.
to follow after Maeve to Vexalia.
So, Maeve, as you begin to walk in that direction,
Oh boy, yeah.
Zana reaches out and grabs your arm and loops it into hers and walks with you. So,
you.
what would you like Luster to do?
Okay. Oh god, I don't know if this is gonna work. He's gotta be subtle, and he's not good at subtle. I'm hoping. Really stupid. I'm sorry. You know how like when people are like walking their dogs, and the dogs like get introduced, and the people are like, "Oh, you're a person that exists and also has a dog."
Are you trying to 101 Dalmatians this?
Yes.
Yes.
Is this Purdy and
for it.
Pongo meeting?
Yes, I am.
Okay, absolutely.
So basically, I'm hoping to be more like we're not trying to be in line, and then
Yeah, well,
I'm
and
hoping...
again, there isn't actually a line here.
Yeah.
Like, people are
Yeah.
giving her a wide berth because they're afraid of the bear, but you can tell it the way they're glancing at her. They know who she is, and they want to talk to her, but she doesn't look approachable, and she has a bear. So, like, people are kind of, like, waiting, like, who's gonna go first? Who's gonna
Hermia
probably
makes
get
a
eaten by
note.
the bear?
Hermia makes a note. Get bear.
Listen.
I mean, you got Roz next to you. You're pretty close.
Listen, Maeve has experience approaching unapproachable people, so I think she's got this.
I think she's talking about Zana.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh god, that's too easy. Okay. So yeah, she is going to okay, oh god. I don't know the bear's name though, right?
Nope.
Don't worry, Leaf has your back.
I don't know what you're doing, man. Do you want to tell me what you're gonna do?
Nope. All right, so
Okay, approaching. I approach with. Do I see other people with like exotic animals, or are we kind of the only two?
I mean, there are some people that have like, you know, like a bird perched on their shoulder, or like you see someone else that has like a red weasel draped around their neck. So nothing to the extent of like a bear or a dragon. I mean, obviously Luster's in small form right now, but the majority of what you see people have are definitely like little purse dogs of fantasy animals.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Oh god.
while we are walking,
Yeah, we're walking
up there,
forward. What are you doing,
Leaf
man?
is going to.
Why are you so
just-
nervous, Sarah?
It's Vex. She's gonna yell at me.
I don't want to be yelled at.
What are you gonna do?
Leaf is going to flick its ring of animal influence to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay. So as the I guess 4 of you approach, the bear notices first and kind of like looked like he was sleeping, but he kind of like perks up a little bit, and you just hear like this very, very low growl that's not so much like a warning to you, but more like to get Vex's attention. And she kind of turns her eyes in the direction of the 3 of you, and you watch as she shifts pretty quickly from probably expecting to be annoyed, expecting like, some old stuffy nobleman to try and come up and talk to her, and instead sees a young pallid elf, a dragon, a changeling, and an automaton, and immediately kind of gets more of like a curious look in her face as she kind of stands up, or sits up a bit more straight, and kind of pats the bear's head, and you hear, "It's all right, Jewel. Calm down. Let's hear them out."
Lady Vexalia, it is a pleasure to meet you. I am Timavra Ashfall.
Greetings,
the Second Chances.
heroes, adventurers, the Second Chances, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that would be, well, I am one of the members, and these are my compatriots as well. It seems ours are the only ones here, our animals are the only ones here that could probably put up a fight with all the rest of these.
Please. Everything else that they have are just set pieces. So what brings you to the gala of the season? I believe we have similar backgrounds, but I doubt your responsibilities require you to be here. And she downs the rest of her champagne and then like snaps her fingers, and you watch as this attendant comes over and she puts the glass on there and then takes 2 more and sets one on this little table next to her.
No, I suppose we are here in order to help our causes, but no, not a requirement, but a necessity, for the heroics. I'm sure you, were here before, in this position before.
And what are these... Sorry, heroic responsibilities? Well, I wasn't entirely listening. I've had a few of these already.
Of course. I'm getting a little ahead of myself.
The way that these normally work is when people approach me, they ask for something, so I suppose, what is it that you're looking for?
Well, I suppose, to be completely honest with you, we're simply just looking for people that we can trust to be aware of our mission.
And what mission is that? And you suddenly hear behind you aloud, "Lady Vexalia!" And she holds her finger up, and like the guy just stops mid-sentence. And she just points back the other way, and you watch as he slowly like takes a few steps like backwards. Sorry.
It's a very good impression of Vex.
Continue, please.
Apologies. Well, I am not sure how long you've been in town. We have been
longer than is necessary, I assure you.
Oh, I am sorry to hear that. We've only been here for a couple days. We were recently in Deidrin and assisted with a situation involving portals up there.
I did hear rumors that something was going down in one of the villages nearby. But you and your group took care of it then?
Yes. And it's not our first one. I think it's probably the first one that's become more well known.
All of them involve...
It's our 7th.
Portals? That's a thing you do, go around and closing them?
Yes, that is the majority of the work we do, along with, well, we've helped in general with those in need, but that is our specialty.
So what, portals to like the Feywild?
Well, it's a little bit more complicated than that. I don't wish to cause too much alarm in this place, so if it would be best to speak elsewhere, I am happy to explain further. From one experienced person to another.
Strange. Normally, portals like that only open around Winter's Crest when the veil between is thinnest. I wasn't aware that you could make a career out of that kind of thing.
It's not... It's, the portal's locations are a little more random than that, I would say.
Interesting. Forgive me, are you from the Pallid Grove?
Yes, that's correct.
Interesting. I had heard that your people had started to spread or travel a bit more in recent years. Percy's going to be very jealous that I got to meet you.
Who'd she say?
Percy.
Oh. Is he interested in studying our culture?
He's interested in a lot.
I can understand that. Well, if it helps further that, you can let him know that I am partially responsible for the exodus occurring of the spread of Pallid Elves across
a leader figure then, are we?
Of sorts, yes. Well, I guess you could say I was a leader and I received a calling, and when I left, others felt inspired by that and decided to leave as well. She looks a bit sheepish as she says this. She's like, I don't want to brag, but I have to say this.
Well, I'm not sure exactly what it is you're looking for or how it is that I can help. I'm leaving here tomorrow morning. This is literally my last responsibility before I get to head back to Teldore. But should you ever find yourself in the area or have a way of, I suppose, briefing me a bit more specifically on this mission of yours, then I'll help how I can. Should you find yourself in Whitestone, let me know and we'll have a guest room prepared.
That's incredibly generous. I suppose the only thing I will leave you with is, if you do hear in Teldore of any portal sightings, it would be wonderful if we could be made aware of such sightings.
Sure.
If anything, that would be the most useful aspect until perhaps a time when we can all meet up with the rest of my team.
I will do my best to put the word out to some of my contacts within the council and have them keep an eye out for dangerous portals to the Feywild.
I very much appreciate it. I suppose another thing of note, I don't know if you heard of the strange man that was in Deidrin.
Haven't heard much of it, just that they were in trouble, and apparently it's been solved now.
Well, I suppose along with portals, any sort of strange figures that are... she's trying to think of like how to describe this without completely freaking her out.
Strange figures are a dime a dozen in this world.
You're correct on that one. More of perhaps trying to cause havoc in smaller towns. Variety. This man was causing a whole village to do some very strange things.
Well, if you are offering your services, then should we need a group of heroes, I will be sure to reach out.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Leaf, was there anything that you wanted to do with Jewel? Since you can speak with animals?
Yes, indeed. During all of this, Leaf isn't going to talk to Vex at all. Instead, Leaf is going to get down on one knee and hold out its hand, and once again flick the ring of animal influence to cast animal friendship on Jewel.
God.
So Jewel has to make a
wisdom saving throw.
Huh?
Oh God! Don't do that to someone's animal.
That is a failure.
Oh my God.
Okay.
So as you kneel down, Jewel kind of like raises her head up and turns to look at you.
Yeah. So Leaf is just going to say, greetings. These things sure are boring, huh?
Yeah, they really suck. I think we get to go home tomorrow, though. And at least they have a fish market here, so I've been eating pretty good.
Do you enjoy many kinds of fish?
You hear from Maeve's shoulder. I don't get to eat fish that often. And I have to catch it myself.
Cluster.
Leaf will briefly turn to Lester and say, "Do you wish to have more uncaught fish?"
All the time.
"This one shall bring you uncut fish."
Jewel goes, "The sunshine trout's the best. You should try that." As your conversation is happening and like Maeve's been talking with Vex, Vex does give like just a few like odd looks down at the sea.
I think Maeve would too. Like,
Yeah.
what? Lester, you look very concentrating right now. Good to know bears and dragons can still get along. Drake.
So that was sun trout fish?
Sunshine trout. Yep.
Sunshine trout. There we go.
Yep. DM's like, hey, when you guys go to this gala, make sure that you make lots of high-profile political allies. And Leaf's like, I want to talk to the bear.
Who wouldn't want to talk to the bear?
I mean, I don't blame him.
Leaf's
That's probably working better than what Maeve said.
Leaf's strategy is to get in good with the dog, or in this case, the bear, and then that will endear them to us even more. So that way we are sure to get their aid. And then Leaf realizes he didn't need it at all.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Maeve's
Still good to be friends with the bear.
Still good to be friends with the bear.
Yep.
Lady
That's it for-
Vexalia, if you, perchance during the rest of the evening, need a reason for an interruption, we are available.
I'll hold you to that. And
Of
she
course.
takes another gulp of the champagne and then stands up and goes, all right, form a line. You have 2 minutes each. Chop, chop. Let's get this over with. And everyone starts to form like a line in front of her.
When she leaves, she's just gonna look to Zan and be like,
You did well.
thank you. That was nerve-wracking.
All right. Anyone else? Would you like to seek anyone out? I will say that over time you do find out that the name of the Golden Chain mercenary is Maximilian Ravendark, and his sort of right-hand man that he seems to be with is a dwarf named Geldof Borisdom, which Leo, that's a name that you recognize. You would recognize that name from about 20, 30 years ago, was someone that grew up in Shady Creek Run and was part of like a rival gang. No one that you necessarily had like any issues with per se, but you would recognize the name. Yes, Hermia.
So after Hermia finishes off her glass, she's gonna look to Roz and she's just like, I feel like since we're all dressed really fancy, I think we should like do the honeypot thing. So how about we dance and be really extra about it?
Roz
Extra.
Roz nods. Yes. Do you mind if I lead? She says and offers her arm.
Of course. That means I don't have to.
She will take her out onto the dance floor, and while she may not know how to dance particularly well in a random tavern, she does know how to properly ballroom dance, and she will do some extra. They can do a very extra dance.
Why don't both of you give me a performance check, or one of you can do it with advantage?
Let's see what I got going on. I got a +9 to performance.
You do?
I do.
How do you have higher than you?
I mean,
Okay,
I'm
you can
20
have
charisma
advantage.
also.
You can have. I do too, but I guess I'm not trained in.
Yeah, I'm trained in performance.
You can have advantage.
All right, I'll take advantage. Let's see what we got. What's it gonna be today? And I give. Well, we already have advantage on charisma checks because of Leaf gave it to us. But yes.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
You can add another +5 to it then.
Okay. That is a 32.
All right. So as you two go out and take the floor and begin sort of imitating the steps of what's sort of being played in the dance that's happening right now, it isn't too long before, in cliche Hollywood style, that you start to improvise a little bit, start to become a little extra, and little by little, everyone else on the dance floor begins to stop and take notice, and a small crowd begins to sort of gather and encircle around you as you make yourself known to everyone here as being very good dancers. And as the song comes to an end...
It's quickly becoming a flamenco. It is a very saucy dance.
Yes. And by the time it ends, everyone erupts into a round of applause. And then someone pushes through the crowd, and you hear,
Oh no.
"That was a fantastic dance, but I think it's time for yours truly to cut in." And as you turn to look, you see a man, an Eladrin, who embodies all of the seasons in one. He's tall, lean, athletic build. He has fire red hair that cascades down to his shoulder in loose waves among his chilled, snow-like skin. His piercing emerald eyes are filled with a constant twinkle of self-assurance. He takes great pride in his appearance and dresses in extravagant, juxtaposed garments of spring and autumn colors. He adorns himself with jewelry, ornate brooches, and wears a cape lined with fey motes that shimmer and dance with various hues and leaves like a sparkling trail about a foot behind him as he walks. His mask is a wreath of fall-colored leaves, but doesn't actually cover his face at all, just sort of a bit of his forehead, and it's more akin to like a crown or a circlet. And as he walks through the crowd, you watch as he has two women on both of his arms that he kind of like shakes off. And he goes, "Ladies, the name is Damien Frostfire, liaison to the Venetian Council of Stars. May I have this dance?" And reaches out a hand to both of you.
Hermia is gonna be like, "I'm sorry, Ross." She pushes Ross to him and
So as she pushes you towards him, he takes your hand in his hand, then puts another arm on your shoulder. Do you go with the dance?
What does Hermia do?
Hermia hides.
Hermia runs off into the crowd.
Roz glanced at him. "You want to keep that hand?"
That was the plan?
She looks at him. "What did you say your name was?"
My apologies. Damien Frostfire, liaison to the Venetian Council of the Stars. Our city doesn't get to the prime material plane much, so I forgive you if you've never heard of me.
Do I know anything about the Council of the Stars?
Roz, you hear in your head, "That's that bitch who stabbed me."
No, I don't know that Hermia would have talked much about Venetian politics.
Okay, Roz replies back, "To be clear, he actually stabbed you."
Yes.
Everyone else has now begun to like start dancing again, and he's like, "All right, well, if you're not interested in warming up the room, that's fine. I can tell when someone feels a bit chilled. But if you change your mind, just let me know."
No, don't let Damien Frostfire get away.
Frostfire out.
Actually, Sir Frostfire.
Yes? Do you feel that chill up your spine? That's the frost.
Fire. There is a look on Roz's face of, when I said that I was willing to die for my cause, I would rather have done that. But anyway, she's like, "Might I have this dance?"
You may. And he takes your arms. He goes, "Do you mind if I lead? Because a flame never flickers." And he's going to go ahead and try and lead here. He also has advantage on it as well, though, and has a pretty high one.
Okay. Yep.
23. So
all right.
It's not as great as what you were just doing with Hermia. You're probably not all there for this one, but he knows how to dance.
Okay, that's good. As we're dancing, Roz will say, "And so, what does your position entail with the Venetian Council?"
Oh, well, it's one of the newer positions granted since we have been stranded here in the prime material plane, so it's up to me to go around to To be fair, these types of events are a bit beneath me, but I do what I must for the homeland, and so going
Well,
around
clearly you are.
gathering allies and impressing people.
Well, you are clearly a gifted diplomat, so I can see why they chose to send you. The first part might come off as Roz not being a great liar. The second part, she definitely means it when she says she can see why they sent him away. But
He takes it all
Roku
as
Kani,
a full
sincerity
10
check
out
there.
of 10 compliment.
aces. And Roz nods. Stranded. My understanding is that Venenthia can come and go as it pleases.
There have been some unforeseen circumstances, but you didn't hear that from me.
Of course. Well,
So
we
enough
are...
about me. I know that it's an odd thing to hear from me, but what about you? Where do you come from? What's your business here?
Myself and the Second Chances have been adventuring across Wildemount.
The second chance is what happened to your first chance. And he like looks around him as he laughs. And you see about 15 feet off the two women that he were with go,
Boy. Roz is in her mind. Roz, tell yourself, you can do this. You can do this. You trained for years. You can do this. And she nods. Well, unfortunately, perhaps if we had had you with us, we wouldn't have needed a second chance.
Indeed, that is for sure. The flame never burns out.
Oh my god.
I am certain it does not. But
He
we are
kinda
actually in
pulls you a
search of
little bit.
allies ourselves.
He pulls you in a little tighter as he says that before loosening his grip again.
Indeed.
Gross.
We are searching for allies ourselves, actually.
And the Lord's work over this.
Our group has been given a great charge, and, well, we find ourselves in need of friends from across the world and in truly strange and exotic places.
Well, you have all of that and more in the Frostfire family, I assure you. And Venenthia normally, when it comes here into the prime material plane, rests in one spot, but due to our unusual circumstances, we've been popping all over the place bit by bit. So I can keep my eyes peeled for plenty. And he looks down at your neckline as he says that.
Ew.
I think I just had a chill run up my spine.
Roz, I'm going to go ahead and make a deception check at disadvantage.
If I could do it either.
You know what, Dice? Kiss my ass. How about that? I rolled 2 19s.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the
Oh,
time?
This is
See?
the time. 24.
shouldn't-
She lies well for the first time in her goddamn life about this.
He was going to believe whatever you said anyhow.
Well, that's good to know.
Mhm.
She nods. Well, we have been charged with closing portals to other realms that some truly fearsome monsters have come through.
Oh, a warrior are we? That would explain those tempting arms of yours.
Ew, gross.
Roz's thoughts right now are, this is why I'm a lesbian. This is why I stopped pretending to be a guy. This is it. This is the reason.
The flames burn bright but also small, and I don't mind being a little spoon sometimes.
This is the reason, so you could be little or big spoon to this guy.
So, perhaps then there might be a way that we could, well, help one another out.
Oh, do tell.
Well, as the city of Venenthia is spending more time in the prime material plane and is traveling around, we are in need of eyes and ears that can help us locate these portals we are charged with closing, and in exchange, should one of them pop up near or in Venenthia, you would have a group of capable warriors who know how to close them.
I see. And what, pray tell, in this allyship would Venenthia get in exchange?
Warriors capable of closing one of these portals.
We come from the Feywild. We bypass back and forth through portals all the time. I think we're going to need something a bit more than that. And to be clear, it doesn't have to be something... Well, let's just say that I represent Veninthia's interests, so any gifts to myself would also benefit Venanthia.
Don't do it! Don't do it!
Think about it for now, as I still have plenty of others to talk to here tonight. I don't think I got your
But
name.
of course. Rosalind.
Yes, Rosamond, a beautiful name. Until next we meet. And he parts away back towards the two women who go right back onto his shoulder.
Leslie for the best. He probably paid those women.
Roz excuses herself too. Is there a balcony here?
Oh, absolutely.
Roz vomits over the side of the balcony.
Okay.
Toilet, goodness.
There was no time.
Luckily, it is overlooking the Lucidian, so there's like no one below, so it's just straight down into the water. Yeah, it's fine.
Roz just slumps down next to the side of the balcony, like, oh my god. As she thinks to Light, you know, it doesn't matter what Shadow has ready for me. I have suffered as much as our kind ever will.
Light says, don't worry, you still have to close the deal.
Gross.
Even though it is a bit later into the evening now, people are still occasionally being announced as they come in. And you hear from up near the entrance, announcing Sir Percival Silverthorn, representative of the Carven Timer Company. You see a tall, gaunt man with a clean-shaven head and piercing gray eyes that seem to be slowly scanning his surroundings. He's dressed in an opulent dark navy tailored suit with an intricate embroidery and expensive-looking accessories. He has extravagant rings on all of his fingers, and his mask is that of a silver ent with silver leaves sprouting out of the top. Maeve, you would be the only person that the KTC, the Carven Time company, would ring any bells for.
Okay.
The way that you know them is that this was the company that was farming petrified pallid lumber from the outer areas of the Pallid Grove, which they had made a deal with the various councils to do so, as pallid wood, very, very, very strong, but also very light, and actually makes for extremely sturdy seafaring vessels, which in the Menagerie Coast is obviously in high demand. A few months before you had left, though, some of the council was raising concerns that they were taking too much, or that, you know, the deal had been going on for a little bit too long. And last you knew, they had actually shut down that that deal altogether and had ceased all logging. And if you remember back in Nicodranus as well, you had talked to your friend on the dock who had mentioned sort of similar things.
Right, yeah. So she hears that name and she kind of grits her teeth a bit and says towards Zana, well, I certainly know what he would be looking for. I'm just not sure if it's something I can promise.
Would you like to go and have a chat?
He's trying to think, like, how am I supposed to promise something that I couldn't even possibly consider delivering until months from now?
By the way, if anybody wants to do anything else, whisper me in the, like, if there's someone you want to talk to when we're in the middle of something, whisper me in Roll20 so that way I can see it in between everyone's chatting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then we'll say that the final person that I would say all of you would see one way or another throughout the night, just kind of running to and fro and making sure everything is going according to plan, is you see a woman, Lady Evelina Nightshade. She's the gala organizer here. You see her running back and forth from the Marquis of Port Zoon quite often as the sponsor of it. Enchanting, charismatic human woman. Nobility, has this air of elegance and refinement to her. Possesses striking features, porcelain skin, lustrous dark hair that cascades down her, and piercing emerald eyes that seem to also hold a little bit of a sort of a hint of mystery here. She's constantly standing tall, graceful, carries herself with this regal poise. And she's constantly kind of going back and forth, just kind of making sure everything's going according to plan. Isn't really socializing with people so much, but definitely checking in that way, like, are you having a good time, blah, 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 stuff like that. She has this flowing gown of deep midnight blue that has sort of delicate silver embroidery and shimmering gemstones on it. And she's wearing a mask of a cat that matches the rest of her ensemble. So all of you.
Wow. So the gala organizer took a gift for herself. That's
did.
tacky.
She did. Absolutely.
Tacky. I like her.
So yes, the full list is now in the handouts, based on who you would like to talk to. Corey, you want to talk to Kaz and the elf lady?
No. And I totally, before last week with the reveal and everything, the way the dress is, I'm pretty sure my symbol on my heart is very visible.
Okay.
Did anything come out of that, or like not really?
Not yet.
Before. Okay. Okay. And if Kyle doesn't do anything, I think when the dancing started up, she would have been like, "Kyle, we have to dance. Come on, please, please."
What? I get pulled out on the.
Pull
Okay.
him out to the dance floor.
All right. Do you know this dance?
Not at all, but you know what? We're good at, emulating and mimicking, so we'll just go along with it.
It's definitely slow enough and easy enough that if you watch for a few minutes, you can learn the steps and kind of, jump in there pretty easily.
Okay.
I want both you make a performance check, or one person with advantage. Who's
What's your
ever
performance
leading, though, has to be the
My
one to make it with
perform-
advantage.
Oh. Mine's a +9.
Mine's only a +8, so I'll give you advantage.
All right, that means that Corey is leading.
Okay.
Was Corey one of the ones you gave advantage to with your spell, Chris?
Oh yeah, I would have had it anyway.
Then
Oh,
add
yeah.
add a +5 to it.
Oh, awesome. Really? That's a 28.
28 total? Okay.
Yeah.
You definitely pull some eyes, not quite in the way that Roz and Hermia did, but like the people around you are like most especially like the men kind of seem to be like looking towards you before like, whoever they're dancing with like, turns them back like eyes over here, buddy. But it is a very well performed dance, and no one would have thought that you had just learned it by watching for a few minutes.
And the whole time I'm just like updating kind of Cause and like what's been going on, and she's been like, yeah, and then we sort of like, I don't know, like we just kept doing stuff, and I'm still learning, and I'm still making some mistakes, but I'm getting better, and yeah, and oh my god, and I point at my thing, my chest, and I'm like, you know what this is?
History? That'd be a history check.
Yes.
That's a 21.
You know that it has something to do, like it looks like it's a fae symbol of some kind, but you're not 100% sure what it's supposed to mean.
No. Not a clue.
Well, apparently this is like a symbol of the Sealy Court, and my mom and pops are like,
I don't think that got through.
Yeah, you went too quiet there.
oh crap.
And Kaz is like,
Apparently-
what? Speak up.
What? The music's a little too loud.
My
Your mom and dad are who?
My parents are alive, and they're royalty, like the royalty in the Feywild. I still feel weird about it, but I don't know.
Wow. Wow. Just it's great, kid. I'm happy for you. I'm really am.
Insight check.
Make an insight check. Bill, your cam froze again.
Oh no.
Damn it. Would I have advantage because we're buds? Like we were traveling.
Oh, do we get
Do I
advantage when
know?
we've been buds?
I
I would love
mean-
to know about this.
I mean, it's not like you're trying to lie to him or anything. So. Oh wait, sorry. You were inciting on him, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So, Bill, roll either persuasion or deception. Don't say which one, and then tell me the number. And Corey can do insight. I don't know why when you refresh your camera,
Okay.
why it's not refreshing on stream. That's annoying.
Yeah. So that is, I mean, both deception and persuasion are a +8, but I'm not telling you which one.
There we go.
25.
Okay.
And what did you roll, Corey?
A 6.
You rolled a 6. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you believe him. He has no reason to lie to you.
No, I was trying to assume like he seems sad
Oh.
about it or upset about it.
I will leave that up to Bill. What were you trying to convey with your check?
She failed, so you get the idea that he's really taken back by it because he doesn't know how to act about it, but he's happy for you.
Oh. And as we're dancing, I'm just like, yeah, a lot of crazy stuff has happened, but you know, I'm really glad that you're here and you're performing at a fancy event. How did you figure that out?
Oh, it fell into my lap. You know, someone didn't want to pay me. They paid me in this.
Oh.
Really out of place.
Oh, I see. Well, actually, who did you talk to? Because I'm trying to get also into the performances and stuff for our special secret mission. Do you know who you talked to, or they were just like, nope, here's your invitation?
Just nope, here's your invitation. It wasn't anything in
I
particular.
will say, though, that both of you have noticed throughout the night Evelyn and Nightshade kind of walking around and talking with different people, so it'd be pretty easy for you to have realized that she's probably the one who's in charge of organizing the gala here and stuff like that.
I have some plans, and you are more than welcome to come and help me if you want to.
What plans?
So, and I start telling him like I want to do this like cool performance where I'm like kind of talking about like the second chances origin story, and then add like a thing about like us closing the portals and kind of it being like inspirational, and potentially interesting to the people who might want to sponsor us or even just help us. I think that'd be really fun, especially because you're always better at illusion magic than me.
Yes, but how do you want to show them? I mean, these people talk all the time. You have to stand out.
Yeah. Like honestly, I'm a little flustered too. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at our group. We're so hot. And I'm looking around. I'm like, damn, everyone's hot here.
Especially Damien Frostfire.
Especially Damien
that guy.
Frostfire.
And is he still dancing with Roz at this point? Why does
No,
Roz look like
he's-
she's going to eat her own shoes?
He's just around here and there, and you can definitely tell that most of the people that he's talking with don't want to be talking to him. But he's completely oblivious to it. So as you two are figuring out what your plan is, going to cut over to Leo. You are able at one point to kind of find your way up next to Geldof and, kind of manage to bump into his shoulder a little bit and just kind of whisper something into his ear and then walk off towards the balcony. And about 30 seconds afterwards, he comes out after you. You both find a spot kind of away from the lights a little bit, like a darker spot off on the edge of one of the balconies. So,
How did you
Where
get
do I
out?
know you from?
Well,
You seem to
Shady
have
Creek
the
Run?
advantage. Oh. It's a place I haven't thought of in some time.
I heard of you. I don't know you. Just figured it'd be easier to get you a one-on-one. Kind of wanted to know the political nature of the Menagerie Coast.
Well, you apparently know me, but I don't know you. Can I get a name?
Leonidas Woodsmile of the Woodsmile family. Former Woodsmile family.
Ah. You ran the Grunge Hounds
Yep.
for a while. It's not often we're able to get out of that sort of environment.
Well, you run far enough.
Past
Eventually.
usually catches up.
True. But I'm not here to catch up to you. If you're past, it's strictly new business.
And what business brings you here?
Have you heard of the portal situation in Deidrin?
I know that there's some situation there, but it was wrapped up by some adventuring group, some heroes to be.
That's my adventuring group, the Second Chances.
Interesting.
We kind of go around fixing the problems of the layperson, fixing problems that mercenary groups can't.
So from the gangs of the Grudge Hounds to heroes, is it?
Redemption arc, I guess.
If only that was something that was on our plate. So who do you got
Strive
on your
for it.
team then? Who you running with? Anyone else from the old days?
No, I cut everybody out. Went solo.
Oh, so it's just you. You're calling yourself the Second Chances.
Oh, you're talking about my team, and I'll turn around and I'll start pointing them out like one by one. That's Rosalind. She swings a mighty sword. It's Hermia. She swings another mighty sword that talks to her.
You go through each of them for him, and he's just kind of nodding along as you do. And he explains that, finding his way down to the Menagerie Coast, the Golden Chain Mercenary Company allows him to use the same, strengths and lessons and whatnot that he employed back home in a more legal sense, and that he's making good money doing it. He's essentially the right hand to Maximilian Ravendark, who is one of the higher ups in the company.
I'd ask him if he knows anything like greater change that's happening politically around here.
In the coast? Politics really isn't my thing. I just go where they tell me to go and hit what they tell me to hit. I'm just here to back up my boss for the night.
Your boss, maybe, by chance, more into the political side of things?
Maybe. He'd be the one to ask.
Any idea how to approach it with him? Buddy on buddy?
Go up and start talking, I guess. He's a tough man to get through to either way.
Thanks for the little bit of information. And I'll head over to him.
So as you go to walk back into the ballroom, there is a sudden blast that echoes both inside the ballroom and out over the open water. And for those of you who have been around Zana, you immediately recognize it as the sound of gunfire, as everyone in the room seems to sort of jump for a second and begin looking around in a panic as to where it was that came from. And we'll find out next time.
Oh.